morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 5th of September. Welcome to TDA the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And let's get to know our host for today.
It's your boy, Big Mouse from the east side of the bridge. 6 foot plus of pure temptation and all that good stuff.
That's right. The Shade Queen, my own royalty.
Good morning, Big Man Youth in the building.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Always. How is everybody doing this morning?
Cool,
Alright.
all good. You?
I'm good, thank you.
Is it a heat wave all week or something?
Yes, sir, it is. It's at 30 degrees.
You got plans for the heat wave?
No, I actually don't. It's a working week. I'm a working woman. Yeah, I wish I did, but no, I don't. But I thought, yeah, I don't. I might, maybe over the weekend. To the beach. I've never actually been to the beach in this country. It doesn't give beach energy.
So your shows this weekend, no?
Sunday, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Let's see if the sun is out for you.
I'm going to be in the building anyway, so it don't make a difference.
You're on our way.
Hopefully they got
Yeah,
aircon and
sun is out all weekend. I'm going to try and do something over the weekend, actually. Brunch.
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to relax and just wait till Sunday and just turn the fuck up.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Making history. You're in Indigo too, and that's lit.
Yeah, it's going to be dope still.
What is it?
I got all my guesting thing confirmed.
Sick.
All my special guests and that. You get me?
Love that.
All the plans in place. So it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
Told you, you just should join the raffle. I got a bracelet, a tennis bracelet.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah,
I saw your story, yeah.
Called I Start joint. It's like 2.5 bags, £20 a ticket.
£20 raffle. What's it?
You buy like 30
One.
tickets. You get me?
That's so funny, man. Now we're looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be lit.
So everyone who enters the raffles, they cover the cost of the bracelet, essentially.
I mean, it depends. Because what if only one person buys a ticket?
This is it.
Yeah,
And
no,
you buy
no,
one ticket.
no, I mean-
That's lit.
I mean, if all goes well.
It's going to a charity, the proceeds anyway.
Oh, it's Jerry.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Love that.
Fair enough.
Vanya, question. Is a £200,000 watch better investment than a £200,000 property?
Depends on the watch, but overall I'll say no.
Why would you say no?
Because you probably won't make money on a monthly basis from your watch.
It wasn't even just a watch, it was a bust down.
First of all,
Watch,
why let everyone know
actually.
about you?
What?
But he was on the right side of the argument.
It's a bust out.
I'm always on the right side of the argument if I'm sitting these idiots talking every week. How am I going to be on the wrong side of the argument?
So you said about property as well?
Of course, it was my whole point. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Who clipped that up? You?
I didn't. I came on Twitter last night
Yeah.
and somebody had put it up from TikTok.
Okay.
Somebody had made a proper thing. And male podcasts were getting cooked, obviously.
Ugh.
Take bags away from it all the time. Then Loot was getting cooked.
Ugh.
I didn't even realize I was shouting so much. When I watched that video back, I was like, damn, that was like after an hour of just listening to this idiots chat shit. You get me? I was proper shouting. I was mad. Man said the bus stand is a better investment than the yard.
What lose?
But we've been going back and forth for a few weeks. He keeps talking about lions do lion shit. And it's proper, by this point, it's proper annoying me.
You were really angry. You were really angry.
Yeah, but it's because man are crazy. Everybody's entitled to different opinions, but it's like when man's talking about bettering themselves and that, and they still come with these same dumb, ignorant attitudes, like that ain't got man nowhere. I can't. It's hard to just listen to that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, no one don't want to better themselves. They're saying that's man's answer to everything. Lions do lion shit. Why black people always want to like have a copy up of racism, be like other people. Don't see tigers trying to be like lions. I'm like, what the
Shut.
fuck are
Who
you
the hell said
talking
that?
about, man? Loons.
Wagner.
I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Like, what the fuck?
To be fair though, that's how I felt when you were when you was comparing cheating to racism.
Comparing cheating to racism.
It was like a whole conversation about relationship, and he just said the man's trying to keep him down. I I was done.
Let's stop bringing up old shit.
So, we got loots.
Some people will agree with him though.
Yeah, but that's always gonna happen in the world.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And he spent 200 bags on a yard. He
shouting.
spent 200 bags on a bus stand watch. And he spent 200 bags on a yard.
I think he
spent 200 bags on.
I don't know how to say that word anymore.
He spent 200 bags on a bus stand watch, and he spent 200 bags on a yard. I think he's done better with his money. Broski. So what do you want to do? That's why that's nothing to do with white man. That's what I think.
You see how the thing shook just now? That person did it. He's like, this is where Izzy gets turned on. Rah, look.
That's why that's nothing to do with That's why that's not broski. So what do you want to do? That's why that's nothing to do with white man. That's what I think. So what are you fucking talking about?
I don't care what colour you are. That's
It doesn't matter what you're talking about. So it's meaty. He's done better than you with his money. That's it.
There's
more money in watches than there is in property.
Isn't it?
Facts right now.
You don't. I'm not saying.
Ludes facts.
I'm not
got
saying.
loose
I'm saying in the moment. Yeah.
You know, I get involved. Okay, if I'm there, I'm there. But
Yeah, you really hate foolishness.
I don't take that shit home though.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying in the moment you were furious.
You hate foolishness. You actually have zero tolerance for foolishness.
The thing is, in your exchange on that night, right, there were good points made by both of y'all, and sometimes y'all were even saying or arguing the same thing, but it's getting lost in
the nonsense.
I'm curious to know what good points Looms was making.
He does. I'm not even gonna lie.
He makes good points all the time.
No, I mean about a bust down watch being because not even a plain Jane. That makes even more sense.
That's the point I was making because you would lose value once you bust it down in that.
So to be fair, right, he was saying you can flip that very quickly, right, and you have to wait a long time in order to get that same particular profit from a house investment. You understand? So in essence, one could say, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's why I said bust down on purpose because when you buy that watch properly and then you go and you bust it down, you lose value from it, and it's even harder to sell. Not everybody wants a bust down watch. You never said a proper plain Jane in its thing, rare watch. You weren't talking that. You're talking nonsense. Spent 200k busting down your watch, and I got 200k in the yard. You're telling me you got a better investment. All right, then you idiot. Like, cool. You get me? But no, he does make good points. But that's what happens when people sometimes they'll be making good points and then be talking nonsense, and then I'll just pick onto the nonsense. Well, I'm for arguing. Why am I going to pick up your good points for? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, your motive is to win the argument, right?
Yeah, always. It's not even about logic or sense.
Sorry, Esther.
For what?
You were gonna read the.
Oh, yes, I was.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, question of the day is raising your children with excellent moral standards, handicapping them for the real world.
What?
Over to you, man.
I was gonna have a drink.
Yes,
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
With excellent moral standards.
No,
Why
I
would I
don't
be
think so.
handicapping them?
I get why,
Because
but
it's a dog
that's what I was
world.
crazy.
Yeah, but you can have morals and standards and still be a dog, as in still have grit and
Yeah, that's
fight.
true.
Like,
You
what
can still be
do
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you still
yeah.
be smart.
Did Bard come up with this? Or is this the person that left all them questions for us?
I think it was a great question that Chike basically shared with me yesterday.
I'll big up Chike.
Whilst it is that he was in Cambridge, he spoke to one of his classmates, and she was from a very, very wealthy Israeli family, and because she was so sheltered,
That's
Yeah.
that's the word I was about to say. I think you're talking to sheltered people.
Okay.
she wasn't prepared for the wickedness of the world, so she was naive. She was trusting when she shouldn't have been trusting, and she got effed over left, right, and center because she thought the world was perfect.
Okay.
and she's Israeli.
Yeah.
No, you don't didn't see the correlation. Like, no, because obviously Israel's like there's been fighting in Israel.
You said, where was she sheltered?
Yeah, but if she was born and bred here, then,
Yeah, precisely.
yeah.
No, but her parents.
So
Her parents, like,
In my mind, they're
how? Like you know about Israel.
there's a reason why they don't go back there for summer holidays.
yeah, but she lives here though,
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah, where-
and you're assuming her parents are talking to her about stuff happening in Israel,
And
Yeah, I
you're
guess so.
assuming her parents are clued into all
and
that.
you're
kind of
assuming her
stuff.
parents care.
She's just
In my mind, I'm like, why
Yeah,
don't you guys
that's
ever
true.
take summer trips to visit your rest of the family?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think when they're sheltered and stuff, that can it's a rude awakening. All right, well, Brent, what was your opinion?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it. And obviously, when Izzy had said, I'm like, hey, 100%. He said also that he was also very naive because he got raised thinking that the world was perfect and people were perfect.
But is being raised sheltered, is that correlated to having good morals?
No. No.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
No, that's an aspect of this particular. Yeah, him being raised. It was not just being sheltered, but things that he was taught.
Yeah.
People are good. Trust everybody without looking to question is the annex, and he.
That's not good moral standards.
Yeah,
and again, morals. I
silly.
tell people all the time, morals. I don't expect to have the same morals as everybody. Everybody's got a different gauge of what's good and bad and whatnot. You have to raise people. Like, I would raise my son to standards that I deem worthy or whatever. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But them things that you said don't necessarily mean like trust people with that. Like, well, that's not. That does to me. That's not like a high moral standard.
What's high moral standards? What kind of features or factors into a
just
reasonable
like
child?
integrity, you know, like
integrity.
be a man of your word.
Having manners.
You get me? Having
being
manners,
polite,
being polite, hold us not to deal with people.
Yeah.
Just you get what I'm trying to say?
Having faith in people is not something that you would think falls into that particular bracket.
No, I don't think so. Because I think having a degree of skepticism is good.
For moral standards?
No, not for moral standards, just as a character trait.
Yeah, I hear what's good because you know the world, but
Yeah.
if you're raised in this particular world in which it is, you don't.
For example, I wouldn't raise my kids to just trust everyone. I wouldn't tell them trust everyone.
I just want them to stay woke.
Everyone's
stay woke.
Everyone's the perfect human being.
Now you're saying what you guys would do, right?
Go on.
We're moving the goalposts a bit. And now you're realizing that you're doing that.
Not particularly, not
No.
necessarily.
You're now moving on to what the perfect environment in which it is you'd raise your kid in.
Okay.
And this is what it is that you basically bestow upon them. This is a different thing I'm saying. You're trying to ascertain what this moral standard pot looks like.
Okay, yeah.
Continue. Integrity.
Manners.
Yep.
Being polite, being respectful to your elders.
Empathy.
Empathy. Okay.
But I don't think trusting people, in my opinion, comes under the guise of good moral standards because
Do you
people
think
are
if
liars.
you're over empathetic, you believe anything that people kind of feed you?
To a degree, but I don't think it's under the umbrella of morals,
Okay.
moral standards.
Cool. How about you?
What?
Being over empathetic.
I wouldn't say over empathetic, but
You
need
didn't say empathy though.
Yeah, but you went to the extreme. I never said be over empathetic. I'm just saying, just have some type of because you need to be able to see things from other people's point of view. You need to be able to care, and do you know what I'm trying to say?
Does that lead to basically being fooled? Cheated?
No.
Interesting. All right.
I don't believe it
we
is
can move
because-
on. We can move on. If you don't see a particular thread, we can move on.
Well, I feel like I'm empathetic. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think when you can see things from different sides, from my side and from your side, you can get a well-rounded view and then you can make informed decisions because I believe knowledge is power. And it's hard to make a proper decision if you don't have all the information. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're not empathetic to people's plights or to things that's going on, you're not even going to listen and take in the information properly. It's just all one-sided. It's just me.
Cool. Let me give a real world example. Can you remember when a certain person called you and told you one side of a story and you trusted them?
I didn't do nothing with the story.
Can you remember that flipping thing?
Yeah, but it's not. It wasn't. What did I do with it? I get what you're saying.
And
but
then you came to me and were like, "Hey, I hear this has happened." I said, "Hey, call the other person."
Yeah, but I still got the whole thing. Before I didn't make any.
There
I
was a
didn't make.
runaround.
But I didn't make any snap judgment.
They gave you a runaround.
They said whatever they said to me, and I did take it in the right call. But I never made no snap judgment from it. I never like projected anything onto anybody else. I just received that information.
Oh, you did?
No.
Interesting.
Well, you don't think I did?
Didn't you? No, because you got vexed when you found out. Wait, you were lied to.
It was a certain aspect of the situation. Man made that like they was doing the bravado thing and that, and then it wasn't that.
You know, I was so shocked yesterday when it is the other one said that he also was told. Yesterday, I was shocked.
Was he?
Yeah, I was shocked.
They took a lot.
But was it before you? Was it after you? Was it after the show? What was it?
I don't know. It was before the show.
Okay.
It was before the show.
There's been no update since. Anyway, sorry about that, Mr.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at hair. All right, let's get into headlines then.
All right, people. So our first headline, Angela Rayner has been appointed Shadow Levelling Up Secretary in a wide-ranging reshuffle by Sir Keir Starmer of his Labour team. She replaces Lisa Nandy, who is demoted to become the party's new Shadow Minister for International Development. Ms Rayner will remain the party's deputy leader and will also take on the new role of Shadow Deputy Prime Minister. Sir Keir's reshaping of his top team comes as MPs return from summer recess. The long-awaited refresh does not see changes to the most senior Shadow cabinet ranks, including Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves and Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. But there have been a series of changes to more middle-ranking roles, with the Labour leader saying he was putting his strongest possible players on the pitch ahead of the next general election expected next year. The changes also mean Labour's front bench more closely mirrors ministerial roles created by government reorganisation earlier this year. Notable appointments include Hilary Benn, Cabinet Minister under former Labour PMs Sir Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, who's now become Shadow Northern Ireland Secretary. The Leeds Central MP has held several front bench roles before, but has not sat in the Shadow Cabinet since being sacked by Jeremy Corbyn for rebellion against his leadership. Liz Kendall, who was a defeated candidate in the 2015 leadership contest, becomes Shadow Work and Pension Secretary, which is her most senior Shadow Cabinet role in her career so far. Next headline, the Education Secretary has apologised for her language after being caught swearing on a mic as she expressed irritation over the concrete crisis. Remember the whole situation about these school buildings that are going to be closed down and stuff? This is basically pertaining to that. So having finished the interview with ITV, Gillian Keegan used the F word as she asked, does anyone ever say you've done a good job because everyone else has sat on their ass and done nothing? In a later interview, she said she was sorry for her off-the-cuff remark. She added it was driven by irritation at a reporter's questions. He was making out it was all my fault, she added. It's frustrating because we're doing everything we can to take a leading position, to be on the front foot. I worry about this. I haven't slept all night worrying about this, she said. She said she was also frustrated that some questionnaires sent to schools about their buildings had not yet been returned. And the last headline takes us to North Korea, where Kim Jong-un plans to travel to Russia this month to meet President Vladimir Putin. This according to BBC's US partner CBS. The two leaders will discuss the possibility of North Korea providing Moscow with weapons to support its war in Ukraine. The exact location of the planned meeting is not clear. There was no immediate comment on the report, also carried by other US media from North Korea or Russia. Sources told the New York Times that Mr. Kim was most likely to travel by armoured train. The most possible meeting comes after the White House said it had new information that arms negotiations between the two countries were actively advancing. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said that Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu had tried to convince Pyongyang to sell artillery ammunition to Russia during a recent visit to North Korea. The weapons on display at the meeting included the intercontinental ballistic missile, which is believed to be the country's first ICBM to use solid propellants. It was the first time that Mr. Kim had opened the country's doors to foreign guests since the COVID pandemic. And that's pretty much it for the headlines.
Right, nice. Let's get into Word and Road. I feel so wrong gossiping so early in the morning.
Huh?
I feel so wrong gossiping so early in the morning.
Oh, you say it needs to be after 9.
Yeah, man. I feel like a bitch. But it's all good news, to be fair, actually. It's all good news. Lightskin Keisha, she's in Power. She's what's her name in Power?
I can't remember, but I know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's the woke one in the classroom, in Tariq's classroom.
Yeah.
So she's pregnant. So she revealed her pregnancy yesterday.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations to her. And she said, "Thank you, God, for another year of life and to the new life growing within me. Happy birthday to me." It was also her birthday. And yeah, she's with her man, Koka Vango, I believe his name is. He's a rapper. So yeah, congratulations to her. She's really pretty. How can someone in the comments say, "I know you ain't about to drop out of Stansfield"? It's mad though, because I did think that. I thought, have they finished filming? Because, ma'am. So big up her, congratulations to her. Also, my second thing for you guys today, or bit of tea, is about Ayra Star. So the Headies Awards, right, is an Afrobeats celebrating award. It's been going on for years now. It's a whole thing. It's lit, it's great, it's fantastic. However, Ayra Star basically had an issue with them. she's not the first female artist to have an issue with them. Tiwa Savage also called them out in the past and stuff like that. But basically, she won the Best Female Artist award, but they didn't present it to her on stage. It was one of those backstage awards, and she didn't understand that because Rema won the Best Male Artist, and it was presented to him on stage. So she was like, so
same night.
Huh?
The same night.
Same event.
Come on, man.
Same event. So she's thinking, first of all, Best Female Artist is not a small boy. It's not a small boy award. Do you get what I mean? That's the whole thing. And she was up against Tiwa Savage, up against Simi, up against Thames, her cousin. So it's like, and she won, obviously. So she would have liked to be celebrated on stage. So she didn't, she just wasn't checking for it. So she tweeted and said, I would never be grateful for winning a category that wasn't even deemed fit to be announced on stage. Best Female Artist Nabines, as in, is that a joke? We work hard, every single one of us. I've seen Tiwa record 4 hit songs in the same night. Thames breathes and lives for music. We didn't deserve such nonchalant. This word gets me.
Nonchalant.
That's it. Thank you very much. Nigeria, you didn't raise me to settle for less. And the Headies Award was in Atlanta. But yeah, man. I mean, she felt slighted by it. I understand why, but apparently there was her award. Her category was one of 14 that was presented backstage, that wasn't presented on stage, and one of them was actually Record of the Year. So I don't get the science of how it is that I don't get it. And also people are saying that she wasn't at the award show, so maybe that was why. But then they could have presented it. Whoever was presenting the award could have just said, she's not here. I'm going to collect it on her behalf, blah blah, whatever it was. So I'm not sure if the other 13 of them also went there. But even then, they're big awards. So just say on the stage, the person who does it, literally a minute.
Exactly.
Because whoever announces it has to just say, oh, thank you, they're not here, but I'm going to collect on their award, blah, blah, and whatever. If I did one of those, I wouldn't give you an award. I want to keep it. I'd want to keep it. Like, Beyonce's not here right now, but I'll post it to her at some point. She has to go and get it. But yeah, man, but big up Ayra Star, man. She's super, super talented. I was listening to her on I Said What I Said podcast. I think it was an old episode though. And she was talking about like what it was like growing up as a kid, like wanting to do music. And she started music when she was in uni and stuff like that. But she literally had it all planned. Okay, I'm gonna go to uni, then I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, blah blah blah. And she was talking about like when they were younger, and like they go to like their auntie and like, all the cousins together. You know how you have like little tasks for kids to do? Theirs was writing music. Like that's what their aunties used to get them doing.
See?
Proper sick. It's so amazing.
That's how you cultivate that black excellence.
Nah, for real. Like it's actually in their lifeline.
Yeah.
And obviously she's cousins with Thames as well. So I'm like, this is family Christmas dinners was so lit. But yeah, man, big up Ayra Star. I have all the time for her. She's super talented. And then Beyonce. So it was Beyonce's birthday yesterday. I don't know, American time. But it was B-Day. And she's been shutting down LA all weekend, doing what she needs to do. I wish I could come back to that talk. But anyway, whatever. She's been doing all of that. But she gave a speech at her birthday show last night. And there's been a lot of speculation because I've been praying about this for years. There's been a lot of speculation about a Destiny's Child's reunion. And someone said something about, it was like a page or a website or something was reactivated recently to like maybe they're warming up kind of vibe. So at her show yesterday, her birthday show, she was talking about how thankful she is for life, thankful for being alive, thankful for her children, thankful for her husband, thankful to her dad as well. Because people do the whole Matthew Knowles thing and whatnot, but she was saying how she's really thankful to him for his discipline, for pushing her to be the best she can be, for him making sacrifices even for her to be where she is. Thanked her mum as well, of course. And then she thanked the girls, as in Destiny's Child, like all of them.
Good.
Kelly Rowland, Michelle, Latavia, and
What was it?
And what's that one?
Farrah Franklin.
Ain't nobody think about damn Farrah.
Yeah, but you said
Farrah.
Yeah, but you said all the girls though.
She was an intern.
But you said all the
You
girls.
should count. I didn't even. Farrah didn't even come to mind.
Farrah.
Farrah.
You said all the girls like it was a momentous
Nah,
thing. Like she
nobody
mentioned
would-
everyone. for the first
Nobody
time.
thinks of Farrah as one of the girls.
Farrah she came second, right? She was in this the second
Yeah,
iteration.
but was she there for like 2 hours, and they said we'll send your suitcase with you.
I'm not sure how quickly she left. I know she left quickly, but I'm not sure.
She left very quickly.
Yeah.
She didn't cut it. I don't think she even got to perform on stage ever.
Oh, did she?
I don't believe so.
No, she was in a couple of videos. She was in the video for Say My Name.
Was she?
Yeah.
I thought she was one of the backup dancers.
No, there's 4 of them in that video.
Oh, big up Farah, but no, she didn't get a shout out.
Okay.
I thought Farah got fired during one of the auditions. No, one of the rehearsals.
I'm not sure how she left, but I know she was around for a bit longer than you're making out.
Because there was a viral video of Beyonce, and Beyonce's like, yeah, so you can go, like, and we'll send you bags kind of thing, kind of vibe. No, definitely not Farah.
Okay.
Latavian, and what's the other one? Latoya, that's it. Yeah, that's what I meant. So she thanked all of them, which was really, really sweet. So, of course, that's the original, 4, including Michelle. I reckon I can feel it in my spirit that there is a DC reunion coming up. I just think they should just get it out of the way now. Just get it done with, and everyone can just go back to raising their kids and living their best mummy life. But big up Beyonce. It looked really, the shows looked really, really good, and the people in LA have really showed up and showed out. It's been star-studded. All the stars and celebrities have been there. Kevin Hart was there with his wheelchair and all sorts.
Wheelchair?
Yeah, Kevin Hart's in a. I don't know how I missed that to talk about murder mode. Basically, he was doing up. I'm gonna race my friend.
It's an ex-NFL player or something like that.
Yeah, ex-NFL player, whatever it was. Decided to race. Kevin's tore everything.
He's what?
He's tore everything.
Tore like his abdomen.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
He just got injured. He just messed up from trying to race.
He was like, I can't walk. He's actually in a wheelchair.
There's a video that he posted yesterday where he got up and he was dancing.
Yeah, he's in recovery now. Like he's recovered
this
a lot.
was like 2 weeks ago or something.
It was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago he couldn't
the video
walk.
Or the video was for yesterday.
No, the video from yesterday was from Beyonce's birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
But this happened 2 weeks ago, and he couldn't walk. And
okay. So
I thought he was joking, but you said he weren't joking.
No, he was dead serious. Because then he showed it. So basically, Heaven was his daughter was going to college, and then he was doing a run in the car. This was after he announced what happened to him, right? He said he wanted to put it out there before his friend did, the NFL player. So he did all of that, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, all my friends have been calling me. I guess they were calling him, clowning him. Or they're like, I thought you meant to be fit, whatever." And he was in the car, and he showed. He was like, "No, look at this foolishness." He pans the camera, and he's got his actual wheelchair, like next to him, folded up and stuff. And he was like, "It takes me forever to get out of the car. It's forever to get in the car." He's like, "This is foolishness." But yeah, but he is in recovery. He's got 6 to 8 weeks. He's got to be down there. But he said he's never doing it again. Never in his life ever raced anybody ever again. But yeah, man. So so big up Beyonce, and when that Destiny's Child, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna take a day off. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Like that is one of the most important tasks I will have to complete. I can't be distracted here. I can't be getting stressed out in this room talking about is word on road time. No, it's not. And to get a ticket. But yeah, man. Big up the what's Beehive? I guess Beehive for Destiny's Child. And that is it for me. Let's get to our next
Ain't
headline.
Destiny's Child got their own thing?
That's what I'm trying to think. I don't think so,
It
because
was
back
about too
then
early.
it was too early for names. I'm like, what are we gonna be called? Because I'm dressing in camo like I'm in the soldier video. I've got my outfit planned.
The Children of Destiny.
that's long though.
It sounds like a cult.
The Childs of Destiny.
The Michelles?
No, let me see it.
No?
Big up Michelle there. Big up Michelle every time. She had to date a white man. Didn't work out. He was racist. Allegedly. He was a pastor. But when Black Lives Matter and stuff was going on, he didn't understand. So she had to leave him.
A racist pastor?
Bro. He was something. He didn't understand
Do
black
you
life.
find that weird? You find that weird? A racist pastor?
That's dating a black woman. Yes. Like he made the choice to date a black woman. So yes.
Yeah, it was a whole...
I mean, you can just like one black woman and hate an entire race, innit?
I mean, but then there's still that's messed up.
100%
There's a lot of white people that think like that. Like, I can't explain it, but yeah, they've got their blacks or their browns that they're cool with, but they hate the rest of the world, and they think that's all right. That's not all right.
Yeah, they see that particular black person as, oh, you're different than the rest of them.
Yeah, that's not that's not right. It happens.
Yeah, definitely
happens.
Right. Yeah. But they're bare racist pastors, man. Bare
That's
them.
wild.
That's mad because what happens when you're reasoning with God? Like when you pray on it, like don't he tell you the right way to, like don't he tell you you're wrong?
Oh, you think they're
No,
talking
I
to
feel like their heart is not convicted. They didn't get convicted about that.
It's messed up, man.
You know, KKK believe they're Christians, right?
Yeah.
What?
KKK, yeah, they believe they're Christians. Good Christian men.
So do you think creative black people?
Who knows?
No, the animals though. God created animals.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't like them either. So
But you can still be Christian and be racist, no? Right?
it's just a contradiction, man. Jesus said, "Love everybody, love your enemies." You know,
Yeah, but
he said, "Love your enemies the most."
but in Christianity, being a racist is a sin, or no?
It is because you hate them. Because you hate them.
So then what about all the Christians who just sin anyway?
This is the whole conversation about hierarchies again.
No, but no, I'm not talking about hierarchy.
No, but I'm saying it's all sin is sin is sin.
Exactly. So if a racist, why can't a racist be a Christian? If an adulterer or a murderer can be Christian?
That's because of the way that the religion got used, and the way that they wanted to spread the word, and the way it got used in a certain time. The religion got weaponized, in it. You know what I'm trying to say, like all that slavery times and all that kind of thing. So it's all kind of skewed in it. So there would be a lot of white people that would believe that they can be racist and still be good, devout Christians because of the way the messages got sent and stuff. But it's just all, it's all muddy waters.
I do want to say that the racism thing is alleged, by the way, before I get sued.
What do you mean?
we started running with it and I thought, oh crap.
Alleged what? I was alleged
I don't know
that.
if he's racist. I can't remember. I remember seeing a scandal about it, but
Is it one of those unintentional racist ones?
I don't remember. Too many black women dating white men, I can't keep up. Too many black celebrities dating white women and white men, but yeah.
So is Michelle like married now?
No, she's still. No, she's not. Okay. I know she had like a whole situation where she talked about like her mental health and depression and dealing with depression and stuff like that. So, allegedly that was one of the reasons why they broke up. Well, he was right by her the whole time. I don't know, man. But big up Michelle, man. Michelle's good vibes. She just minds her business, and you know she's a happy-go-lucky girl. One of the girls. Big up Kelly Rowland though. She's on the gram every damn time. She's so beautiful.
Yeah, Mag's proverb said you can keep the house and use it as leverage to borrow on equity as well as rent it out, then invest in the watch and flip it. So you're more than right.
Thank you, Proverbs. You know, I thought I was right.
You didn't think you were right. You believed you were right. You knew you were right.
What was Loon's rationale for saying the bus stands more?
I don't know if it is that he was deliberately saying the bust down was more. Was it bust down or was he just saying watches? And then moved on to bust down because he thought he was spicy enough to make that particular jump. And then you latched onto the bust down. And
I think I might even have mentioned bust down first. And he was actually generally talking about watches, isn't it? Because you can make money in watches. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you can get the right watch and all that. But even certain things like that you were trying to say, even like what Beans was telling him, like you're just saying like it's just willy-nilly, it's just easy to just get these watches. Some of these watches you can't get. You're talking about you can buy it from Rolex for this and it's worth 30 on the road and one on the road. It's like you can't get that watch. Yeah. Like it doesn't like, you can have the money for it. You can't get that watch. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if it's rare, sought after, waiting, it's all these things, you can't get it. You get me? If you got the money and you can go and get the house, innit? Again, I'm not saying you can't make money in watches. I'm just saying my personal opinion is if you spent £200,000 on a yard and he spent £200,000 on a bust down watch, I believe you've done better with your money.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And it just all comes from the whole. Yeah, it's been going on for weeks about people telling people about being humble. And you know when he started doing that humble stuff, you know, like nobody brought that up in it. You know, like that wasn't like part of the conversation or nothing. Like he just used it, he just jumped on it and just started saying, yeah, being humble is media. It's like nobody said this stuff. You get me? It's gonna go on all the way to the live show. Actually, I might
Public voting.
I might bring up for the live show. I might start arguing on stage, but it's gonna be a fight.
It's not a fight. Also, just for people who need closure on Farrah Franklin's exit, apparently she missed 3 shows, like 3 promotional things. So, and she said she wasn't interested in carrying on. That's an L.
Oh.
I'd be so upset.
She messed up, man.
She really messed up. But she would have got kicked out at some point anyway, to be fair.
I liked her though.
I don't remember her.
I think I did.
Oh, she's the one that looks like she's got contacts on in the
She's like with like the red hair
in
and
the
stuff.
Say My
and
Name,
everything,
yeah. And they have the pink outfits on.
I don't remember the contacts.
Because her eyes are like, they look like contacts. I don't think they are, probably her natural eyes, but they look, I think I remember her now. Bless her heart. But yeah, man.
It was looks-wise though, she suited more than Michelle.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Pick up them. But yeah, man, I'm ready for that concert when it does happen. And that is it. Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so our next headlines, take us to Africa, man, where the authorities in Niger have announced the reopening of the country's airspace for civil and commercial flights. The military junta in Niamey closed access to the skies above the country on the 6th of August, citing a threat of military invasion from neighbouring countries. This came after the leaders of ECOWAS said that they might use force following the 26th of July coup, which ousted the president, Mohamed Bazoum. The decision to open the airspace, however, does not apply to military flights and other special flights, which are subject to authorization from the competent authorities. This is what Niger is saying. However, flights to the country may still be restricted due to economic sanctions imposed by ECOWAS. Next headline, again, in Africa. I remember we were talking about Gabon's military taking over via coup as well. So the leader of that military junta has vowed to return power to civilians after free, transparent elections. These are his words, free and transparent. However, in a speech after being sworn in as an interim president, he did not give a date for military rule to end. General Brice Nguema led last week's coup against Ali Bongo, toppling the president shortly after he was named winner of a disputed election. Crowds of cheering civilians turned up at the inauguration, and the coup was welcomed by many eager for change. However, some say that the general's rule will be a continuation of the 55-year Bongo dynasty. Ali Bongo's father, Omar, was in power for 41 years before he died in 2009 and then was succeeded by his son. The general, aged 48, spent most of his career in the Bongo's inner circle and is even thought to be Ali Bongo's cousin. At Monday's inauguration, the general gave a defiant speech referencing the likes of South African Archbishop Desmond Tutu, French statesman Charles de Gaulle, and the former Ghanaian leader, Jerry Rawlings. He said basically in his speech that this patriotic action will be a lesson learned that will be taught in the books of our schools. He added that a fresh government will be formed in a few days and recommended new electoral legislation, a new penal code, and a referendum on a new constitution. General Nguema also said that he had instructed the new government to think without delay about freeing all political prisoners. The ceremony was broadcast live on Gabonese TV and across online platforms. Hundreds of officials attended, including former ministers from the ousted government who were booed by a crowd of junta sympathizers. The opposition has said it welcomes the removal of Mr. Bongo from power, but it has called for a speedy return to civilian rule. And the last headline brings us to Russia, where a photo posted online appears to show a Russian general who has not been seen in public since a mutiny by the Wagner mercenary group in June. So Sergei Surovikin is also said to be close to Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin, who died in a plane crash last month. There's been reports that this general is being investigated for possible complicity in the mutiny, but a photo purporting to show Russia's former commander in Ukraine has now been published online. General Sergei Surovikin is out, alive, healthy at home with his family in Moscow. Photo taken today. So this is what was put up by a well-known Russian media personality. The BBC has not yet verified the authenticity of the photo, which shows a man wearing sunglasses walking arm in arm with a red-haired woman who resembles his wife, Anna. A Russian journalist separately wrote on the Telegram that General Surovikin is at home with his family. He's on leave and available to the Defense Ministry. Wagner mercenaries attempted a brief mutiny on the 23rd and 24th of June, threatening to march on Moscow. Prigozhin and 9 others were killed in a crash near Moscow on the 23rd of August, which led to frenzied speculation. The Wagner boss, prior to his death anyway, was described by many as a dead man walking after the failed mutiny. And that's it for headlines. It's time to pay the bills.
I don't know what we're doing next.
People's General.
Okay, let's go People's General.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. Do you lot want the good news or the bad news first?
Bad news.
Okay, cool. Well, the bad news, to be fair, is kind of news that's kind of happened already. So it's not
that's good.
that present. Well, it's present, but it's not hopefully going to get worse. We'll see anyway. But basically, I'm not sure if you guys noticed that petrol prices and diesel prices kind of risen.
I noticed. I 100% noticed.
Yeah, exactly.
Foolishness.
Yeah, so diesel went up like 8p. Petrol prices rose up nearly 7p per litre as well. But yeah, RAC, which represents drivers, they basically said that fuel retailers were not increasing the profit that they were making. So apparently what's happening is in the OPEC countries who thrive when it comes to production of oil and things of that nature, right? the cost of oil has gone up, and that's why it's being passed on to everywhere else. So it's not a case of these people who are based here, for example, those who actually provide a fuel to us, the retailers, who actually, increasing the prices just to make a profit. But it's actually something that's going on around the world. Apparently, Saudi Arabia was even concerned about the up and down nature of what's going on in the market. So yeah, that's the reason for that. But hopefully it doesn't continue to get worse. There's no one able to really say what will happen tomorrow, but at the end of the day, that's what's happening. Next thing is Superdry. Do you guys shop at Superdry? You like rate Superdry?
No shopping.
No?
I used to. I didn't mind Superdry. They got like decent khakis and jackets and shit.
Got some good quality stuff, man. Well, as kind of, shown in the room, it seems like a lot of people are kind of falling out of love with Superdry, man. And their shares have slumped to a record low on Monday, actually. Apparently, they're really struggling, man. And, yeah.
Ain't no one really checking for Superdry.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. I haven't been for
time.
Mm-hmm.
My local one closed down. earlier this year.
When I was in secondary school, I had
There
a
you
cold Superdry jacket though.
I never owned any Superdry clothing,
No.
Not a one piece.
I had a pair of jogging bottoms, like army fatigue ones that were my favourite ones. They were cold. Big up them, man.
Yeah, man, they're not really doing well, man. Apparently, at one point on Monday, their shares plummeted by about a fifth to 43p, right, which is the lowest ever level since floating on the market in 2010 at 500p.
Are you gonna buy and dip?
No, I'm not. I don't know enough about them to believe they're gonna do well in it. So
Them prices ain't going back up.
there you go. There you go. So yeah, unfortunately, this is just another company. Again, we were talking about Wilco's the other day, innit? And how they've gone into administration. Hopefully, this is not the case for Superdry because, like you pretty much said, they are a good company. But yeah, it doesn't really look like people are checking for them as much anymore. But yes, on to the good news now, right? So, it's good news because it's accessible right now. And the reason why I kind of started there is because I was thinking about the reason why it's good news. The reason why it's good news isn't a good thing. Basically, the interest rates, Bank of England, obviously, they've been raising the interest rates, the base rate, to obviously try and curb inflation. What that does mean is that a lot of banks are being able to offer much better savings accounts, right? And so this is one of the good things I was going to say to people. If you've got a savings account that's not really offering you much, Santander have now made available a new easy access savings account which pays 5.2% interest. 5.2%. So that's quite high. Like we've not seen that for ages, right? I mean, you may be able to get certain things like that if you keep it away for for a year, 2, 5 years, whatever it may be. But for an easy access account, that's very rare. And on top of that, that's on savings up to $250,000. So this is not just, a lot of the time they give you let's just say 5% on the first 5K. And then after it's down to 0.5% on everything else. This is apparently 5.2% on savings up to £250,000. So this is for 12 months though. So it's not continuously forever. But still, in that time, if you've got that type of money, then you definitely benefit from putting in that. So yeah, have a look at that, people. And the other thing I was going to mention, which is again kind of linked to this, is also about a cut to mortgage rates. So apparently HSBC have confirmed, speaking to Sky News, right, that they're cutting mortgage rates today. So that doesn't mean it's going to drop down by half or something like that. It just may be a couple percentage points, whatever. But yeah, they're basically saying that reductions are going to be made across their mortgage range. Yeah, so and that these deals are basically going to be available to new and existing customers, and yeah, so this is going to basically be across their range. So this is a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year mortgage deals, and this is for people who want to get certain mortgages, like 90% mortgages, 85% mortgages, and 70% mortgages. So basically everything. You know what I'm saying? So this is good, man. Again, you never know how long this is going to last. Hopefully, this is a sign of a good thing. That means that maybe other banks will jump on, especially since inflation's coming down. Maybe they're thinking that soon the Bank of England is going to reduce the base rate as well. You never know. hopefully that's the case, and then hopefully this just starts to go down as well. But yeah, long story short, HSBC are cutting their mortgage rates. So if your thing is up soon, they may be a good bank to look at. And again, just a reminder to everybody else, to everybody who was listening yesterday, who didn't listen yesterday, there is a scholarships for UK students from ethnic minorities. So again, big up Ebony Onyx. She alerted me to this and basically said that, Brent, if you don't mind, can you put the link up? And this is www.savethestudent.org. And basically, it just gives you information on all the scholarships for students from ethnic minorities, right? That you can basically benefit from. So this is not a student loan. This is not something that you're going to have to repay. This is something that could just go into your pocket, help towards all types of different things. And again, just a couple of examples. Amos Bursary, they've got 2 different awards. And basically, all you need to be is just a student that needs to be from African or Caribbean descent. That's it. And in year 12, that's all it is basically. And yeah, once again, you don't have to pay this back. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
Okay, nice. Let's get into asking for a friend. Alrighty. Hi team, I'd love to hear your take on this. Especially Iman. I'm a black woman who wants to become a police officer. I've always wanted to serve my community, and I think being a police officer is a great way to do that. I'm also worried about the challenges I'll face as a black police officer. I'm worried about being stereotyped and discriminated against by my colleagues and by the people I'm supposed to be protecting. I'm also worried about being put in dangerous situations where I could be hurt or killed. But I also know that I can make a difference. I can be a role model for other black people and show them that they can achieve their dreams, even if they're in a profession that is often seen as being hostile to people of color. I'm not sure what to do. Love you guys, and please handle me with care.
You ain't no role model.
She said handle me with care.
Care goes out the window once you join that side of the force.
Don't influence Emmanuel, please.
I'm not influencing. I ain't influencing anybody. I'm just
good.
talking my opinion.
Yeah, but when you talk, this is what happens to influence him.
Please ain't for us, baby, man. Go and do something that's going to go and help black people. Ain't even seen what's going on in the Metropolitan Police Force. All the discrimination, all the sexism. These men are raping women, killing people. Sorry, but this is what they're doing, though. We're doing the stories.
Yeah, but that's a dream, though, isn't it?
What kind of dream is this? That's a nightmare.
Your nightmare. It's her dream.
Oh, whatever, man. Anyway, sorry.
Because it's a profession, isn't it?
Yeah, she wasn't talking to me anyway.
I just talk to everybody.
She said
this.
I mean, you're why she said handle with care.
Especially Iman, she said so.
She was aware that.
This is a stupid dream. Your dream is stupid. She's got a rubbish dream. Yeah. This is what you're sleeping at night doing. This is just...
This is what you're thinking about in your sleep.
In your sleep. All those hours. This is what you're wasting it on.
Nah, but she's trying to make a change and stuff.
Go and be a social worker or something, man. Go and do something that's going to help. And you know what? Sorry. They use that thought.
Do you feel like there's... why do you see this as, like... In fact, let me not say why.
Stupid dream.
Do you feel like this is only to do with like the police? Every other institution is okay.
What type of institutions?
So, like you said, it's a social worker, maybe working in the judiciary system, maybe working civil servant somewhere.
You know what it is? She'll just get swallowed up in there. And obviously she'll start out all bright-eyed, thinking she's going to make a difference, and get there and realise she can't make no rascal out difference. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah.
And make a difference how exactly?
Let's stop and search.
You never know, man. You never know who's going to be the force of change. I'm sure the slaves didn't think they were going to be free one day, but someone decided to take that risk.
But that was, yeah. But that was the slaves who did that. White people didn't want to free us.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I bet at some point when the idea of them speaking to white people about freeing us, it probably just sounded wild. And here we are, podcasting and such. So, I think she can make a change. You never know if she could actually be a vessel for change.
Yeah.
It's a gamble you don't know.
I hear that.
She would rather to be a commissioner.
But I'm saying no. I'm calling cap. I'm with him, to be fair. I don't see why a black person would want to join the police force.
You never know though, because even in little things, say they go to arrest somebody, she can be like to her colleagues, you need to calm down, that's racist. And because they're aware now that they're talking to a black person, she's black as well, they'll actually be like, okay, they'll be more aware.
She can affect change in how she deals with people and maybe the police officers around her in her day-to-day role, but in terms of the bigger picture, no, I don't see it.
But that's the thing, though. Sorry, it takes time. Like she's not gonna go in there and then be change things overnight. But little changes add up. Because think about it. If more black people were actually in the police force, right, I reckon that is an industry that would have changed over time. But we're hardly there. We're not really there. That's why they don't get respected. It's the same with the army with women. When women are in the military, the women are treated the way they're treated because there's not that many of you. When you start banding together, I sound like E-Man. When you start coming together and you actually start pushing for change, I honestly feel like you will get the change. No change that we've ever had in society has come from just one person doing it or has come from us not being involved in that industry at all.
I hear you, and you're saying all the right things, but I just don't.
I ain't never been in a situation with police and the person of colour or the black person or wherever they may be have been strong enough to stand up and make any difference. They're outnumbered by their white counterparts. Some of them don't even feel strong enough to even stand up and do anything. They're going to allow it because it's part of the team. You know what I'm trying to say?
But she's not that person.
You join the team because you'll get shunned. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, but she already.
It's blue light. It's the blue light. Is that what it's called?
You know
is that what they are?
You know the people that other black people that have joined the police, because it was just a job, it's something to do as a full-time job. She's actually joining with this mindset. That's a strong mindset to have in the first place.
Yeah, but
I don't think she's gonna be worn down. Yeah, she's definitely gonna face challenges.
She's gonna have to toe the line. You join the squad. This is it now. So all your hopes and ideals and values and all these kind of things go out the window. You're police now. This is what police represent. This is what we do. We stay together. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's us
boys
versus
club,
them. Yeah, it's their boys club. It's their gang. It's us versus them. So she, like I'm saying, I hear her naive, man. But you know what?
I don't think so, man. Because when I think about sorry, Brett.
That's right.
When I think about even legal stuff, when you hear black lawyers and stuff, older black lawyers and stuff, the industry was majority white because we're in a white country. Yeah, and a lot of them as well. Yeah, but a lot of them did not think they could get to. They wanted to change the system. They wanted to influence the system and stuff like that. And back then, people like y'all would have been like, oh, you're gonna join this. You're gonna end up being a part of the system. Now we've got black judges and stuff.
Yeah, but I ain't got nothing against no black judges or black lawyers. Even if you're the prosecution, even if you work for the CPS or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I've got nothing. You just ain't on the streets doing these things. I ain't got nothing against that. I'm not telling you don't work in law or don't be in the system or nothing like that. That's not talking to you. You said you won't be a police officer. That's different to me.
No, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to call someone's dream stupid and pull her off the dream, man. I don't think that's fair. Because I think you guys are
I just said
projecting
just
highly.
pull her off the dream. She
but the thing is, she's not.
She is not.
She is
not going to make it.
No, it's not
in
about
the
that.
police force.
It's not about that. Because she wrote in because she wanted our advice and whatnot.
And this is his advice.
And
this is my advice.
But you start stupid advice.
Can we give it to Emmanuel because she
Get on my nerves.
specifically asked for Emmanuel?
I'm going to say something after.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is his perspective, isn't it?
And this is my issue. You are projecting.
Obviously.
Because you're basically saying that if she goes there, it's a done deal.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be useless.
You
can't give that. You can't say that.
His entire life he's been raised and grew not to like police.
So
this is it.
So, yeah, but
I haven't been raised by nobody not to like police. 100%
you have.
I haven't. I formed my opinion on police based on my experience with
You're
them.
part of the system that
Same
don't like
difference.
police.
You were groomed by your environment.
Okay.
You're part of the system.
So if someone writes in a dilemma, we're meant to just tell them what we think they want to hear, or tell them what he believes is his truth.
I'm not telling you to give someone good advice. I'm saying calling somebody's dreams stupid based off personal experience.
Choice of words, yeah.
I called people's jobs meaty the other day. I could call your dreams stupid. You get what I'm trying to say? I've got my opinion.
It is what it is, isn't it?
There's a lot. Anyway, Emmanuel, because I'm not doing this back and forth.
She said,
morning.
she
It's so
said,
early in the morning. Bullshit.
She said, she said I could be a role model. Yeah? She said I could be a role model for other black
You're
people.
gonna get what you deserve.
How the day you fucking deserve. How about that? Sorry, Emmanuel.
She said I can be a role model for other black people and show them that they can achieve their dreams, even if they're in a profession that is often seen as being hostile to people of colour. Do you feel like she can achieve that, though?
No, she'll get lost in there. There's the bare black people.
Yeah.
They say she's going to be the one.
So we asked you a question, you're asking us a question.
No, because I'm breaking it down.
She can achieve it as in becoming a police officer, full stop.
Yeah. Achieve.
No, but
what's that bit?
Read what
she said I can be a role model for other black people and show them that they can achieve their dreams, even if they're in a profession that is often seen as being hostile to people of colour.
Yeah, so what she's saying is, even though the police force is racist, you can still join. So yes.
No, but I think she's also
she's saying that you can
thrive in that environment.
Yeah, you can thrive in that environment that's set up for you to fail.
Thrive in your role, but I think she's talking to the better good of changing the police force, right?
I don't necessarily think.
I don't
that's-
think
Okay,
so.
cool. Okay, if you're talking about thrive, then yes, you can definitely thrive as a black person in a white environment. Yes.
Okay, and her being this is how I kind of see it, right? Sometimes we like to take certain things and think she's trying to change the world. I don't think
This
she's
is
trying
it,
to change the
nah.
world. Like you said earlier, she may be able to do something local.
Yeah.
I think that's okay for her. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back to it. Good
Morning, caller.
Good morning, caller.
Morning, guys. How are you doing? You guys all right, yeah?
Yeah, we're good. How are you?
Good. I'm not too bad. Thank you. What I wanted to say now, what are you talking about? This young lady here with the pre-streams. Yeah, so with that, has she specifically said what part of the Met she wants to go to? Does she want to be out in the field or
She just said police officer, you know.
Police officer.
just police officer?
gonna be a
So
Bobby on the beat.
are we just gonna if we're gonna make an assumption, are we just gonna think she wants to be like outside in the field type of thing? Is that what we're
Yeah,
most of this?
she's a Bobby on the beat,
Yeah.
man. Kicking ass and taking names.
You're so annoying.
It's too early for that right now. Listen, but what I want to say is, do you know what? Yeah, obviously, I come from like a certain type of background of life. If you get what I'm saying, where similar to like what you're saying, Mars, where you don't, they're not for us, innit? If you get what I'm saying, it's more or less them against us or how they view things. What I would say now is, she can potentially, make a difference in it. I know it wouldn't be nothing like it say see overnight or how she'd be receptive, but in what she's doing and what her message is, do you get what I'm saying? There is a way that she could do what she's doing and know what she's doing. But first of all, she has to understand what she's doing this for, what the cause is, and like who she's working alongside. Do you get what I'm saying? What her position is.
Do you think there's other black police officers that have made the difference? Or is it little small victories or something? What is it? Or is she the one? Is she Neo?
Mark, remember I'm Jamaican, innit, yeah? So remember that a lot of our great grandparents and them Windrush people, innit? You know, say like a lot of them. I don't know if you might have come across this, like when you go into some black people's house and they got an article of their grandfather on the wall when he was like one of the first constables. You understand what I'm saying? Type of thing. So in that sense, that's already
not in my side. Constable on what wall? It must have mad. I seen Jesus. I seen Queen Elizabeth. I seen.
I'm just thinking,
who else I seen on the wall?
I'm just thinking of positions.
Maybe even Celine Dion. Rude boy, not no constable. No, sorry, go on. Just don't ignore me, go on.
Yeah, I don't know positions.
Sorry, babe.
No, ignore me, Kitty. Go on.
That's cool. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't know. What's the position I'm looking for? But basically, what I'm saying is there is a way that she could do this, depending. As I said, remember, like let's look into in her dreams, innit? Do you understand what I'm saying? So in her aspect or her mindset, it could be. She is going to try and make some form of difference. You understand? She might want to do more community-based type of things. I don't know if she's going to be able to get a sign like that, if it works like that for her to say, do you know, I'd like to be here, or I'd like to make a difference here. Do you know what I mean? But I believe with good intent and goodwill, she can stay true to herself. Whether if the goal and the aim at the end of it might be kind of taken off of that, but I believe she can do it, man.
I mean, if it's like the little small victories and stuff, if it's saying the way she wants to carry herself and the way she wants to do it, then I'm pretty sure she could go out there and do what she's achieving, kind of thing. But I don't think it's not making no. That's to her. That's the own. That's what I'm saying. It's a little small victories, a moral victory for her.
No, you're right. Yeah,
she's not gonna make no difference. She ain't gonna do nothing. She can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So
you're right. So I see what you're saying.
In the grand scheme of things, like for her to sleep at night, oh yeah, I treated them boys nice today, and all right, like fine, all right, whatever. But like in the grand scheme of things, she can't do nothing. What's she gonna do? There's bare black officers. What they done? What they ever done?
No, that's my point. But it is, and I'm thinking of how many times I might have been thrown up by police, and then how many times I've had. It's very, very unlikely that you have the one officer that deals with you in a certain type of way because of your skin or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. As I said, for how she's put it out and what she's saying, I reckon she can still stand on her morals and be righteous in what she's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously, the end goal and the aim of the job is still to arrest criminals or do whatever. You're never not going to be able to not tackle that, innit? Because that's your job. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But,
can I ask you guys a question?
No, good. It's a very good question, as I said, man. But good morning, guys. Anyway, and I'm locked in, man.
Morning,
Morning,
brother.
have a
Thank you
nice
very
day.
much.
Take care, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Take care.
What would you say is like 3 of the most concentrated areas of black people in London?
Oh, that's hard.
What, geographically?
As in actual,
like boroughs.
Oh,
like,
boroughs.
yeah, that's concentrated with black people.
Southwark.
Well, it was. They're getting gentrified now. They changed them out.
Yeah, that's true. Prior to gentrification.
It would be the debate spots.
So
Hackney,
what? Hackney?
Brixton, Tottenham,
Alright.
Halsden, like from north, south, east, west.
And most of the police in them areas are white people.
Yeah.
Let's just say there was more black people instead of more white people. So let's just say it was 85% white people, 15% black people as police during our time. Let's not go back to the 90s or whatever, but like at a certain time, yeah.
Police is police, you know.
Wait,
Ain't you bought them
wait.
Caribbean cops? You think it matters that they're black?
No, but wait.
They're
Remember, yeah. Remember, a lot of these people, yeah, are influenced because of the lack of numbers. So remember, if you go into a particular environment, right, where there's 100 people that's not like you, it's hard for you to change the 100. It's easier for them to change you.
This is it.
So let's just say it got to a point where there was now more you than them, right? Let's just say that's possible, which will only be possible by us applying, right? If there was 85% black people in them same areas, do you think there will be a difference in how youths are treated in those areas?
No.
You don't think so at all?
No, they'll probably take more liberties. Because at the end of the day, it's cops and robbers, it's us versus them, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they got to go outside, and the police got to deal with things as well. Like, they got to deal with the attitudes towards them, the threat of violence, whatnot. So once you go outside, it is that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Okay.
so the tension is always there. You get me? After a while, you realize it is. That's why it's that whole us versus them. They got a siege mentality, the boys club shit.
Yeah.
If it was just more black people as well, they'll just take more advantage. Feel like they could deal with man anyhow because they like. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they know man and like want to talk to man like their man's dad and thing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
And also,
Babylon.
Are you talking about how police deal with people who are committing crimes or just regular?
Everything,
regular people?
just their normal everyday work. So they'll come across the criminals, they'll come across the regular people. But let me ask you this.
I think you need to stipulate because, in my opinion, his opinion, this one that's on the camera, is based on how they've been treating him, thinking that he's committing a crime. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
it's never a regular day like how you would have a regular day at work these days, right? So, in my opinion, if you were committing less crimes or your brothers were committing less crimes, you won't be getting run up by these police all the time. I'm not even talking about black police. I'm talking about any police.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cola, one
Well,
second. Yeah.
there is a correlation between what you're actually doing in your life and your interaction with the police. Let's not pretend.
Somewhat though.
Yeah, somewhat, but yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, heavily.
Yeah, of course.
My interaction with the police and his is very different, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm also just trying to say, but there has been interaction.
Yeah, it
You
stems
see what
from
I'm
all them
saying?
Yeah, but
because
not-
of our environment.
Yeah, but to what degree though?
That's what I'm saying. It won't be as extreme.
Yeah.
But there has been interaction, and a lot of that interaction isn't positive.
They judge you. You walk down the street in a
Yeah.
full Air Max tracksuit in your thing. They think you're a criminal before you've even
100%.
done anything. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
You know,
what I'm trying to say?
no, I agree
from,
with you. I'm
from
talking
back in the
about
day,
the-
told you from
the
them wind
disparity.
shoots. My dad's age of them man, they was getting punched up by police.
Yeah.
Talking about sus and all that. Like, you ain't gonna do nothing. They just suspect you for what? What are you talking about? Because you're just black.
There's
just from
no
the colour of
way
your skin.
they drove you to crime.
Who?
There's no way the police
It's not
drove
about
you to
crime. It's not about crime. It's not what's crime got to do
They're
with it.
taking accountability for your actions. You did that all by yourself.
It's not about crime.
I said they're judging me because of what I'm wearing. I ain't doing nothing.
They'll judge you. I'm not talking about me.
Everybody.
I'm not talking about me, Brent. I'm talking about you.
And that's why I said it's important to specify exactly what it is.
Hello?
Good morning. What is it we're talking about? Because
It ain't got
I
nothing
could
to do
complain
with
about
crime.
I could
Babylon.
complain about racism because
One
Hello,
they
second, Cola,
caller,
one
assume
second,
Hello?
that I'm
One second,
moving
Can you hear
like you.
us? You move like, oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear you.
can
One
hear
second,
you.
sorry.
1 second.
Yeah.
And I got it. Go on.
Yeah, this is Korea King, innit? Yeah, I just wanted to call in. Obviously, interesting topic. Obviously, I just wanted to give my own view on it. 'Cause obviously, I've had my own experiences with the police, and I feel like there's certain things that people might misunderstand about being a civilian, being someone that like they target you, and you're not necessarily like. It's hard to explain, but it's like I've always been like an innocent person. I've never really dove deep into like gang activity, whatever. But I've been arrested, I've been targeted, and I've got no
nothing, no charges, no. I'm using the wrong words, but it's kind of hard to explain. But it's like, bruv, I don't like the way that police deal with like quote unquote young black civilians, and it's like when we talk about people that might have dreams of being a police officer, making a change, being a police officer, it's like really and truly, I don't think that nobody's gonna make a drastic change in this in the next few years
forever
with this police thing, because they move as a unit, they move in a line of code that everybody has to follow. If you're not willing to follow that code, then it's out the door.
This is an innocent man talking, Brent. A civilian, an upstanding member of our society.
An
upstanding member of our society.
This isolated incident and say everything is everything. This is
our upstanding member of society.
You also see and hear. Huh?
You know that.
You also listen, Max.
So I can understand.
Wait a minute. In fact, I shouldn't be waiting a minute. You're talking. Go on. Finish your point.
Yeah, so I can understand where Mars is coming from, because obviously everybody's had their walks in life where they might have had their certain experiences in life, and it's not fair to go, if you choose to live a life of crime, whatever, mate, some people don't live life of crime and they still go through the experiences of being targeted. So it's my thing is like, if you're a black, if you're a person of the community and you're black and you choose that you want to go into policing and make a change, realistically, what can you do? Because there's so many things that they've put in place that you have to break down, and I honestly believe that you're not going to be able to break them down, because they're just going to look at you and think, mate, like you just got. They're going to look you up and down and think, mate, that's old news. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we're here, we're expecting you to follow this list. If you can't follow this list, then it's fuck off. Sorry about my language. You know what I mean? But it's like, get out the door. You know what I mean? Sorry.
I'm saying, you apologize for your language. Don't you watch this every morning? Go off, man.
No, you know what I mean?
Fuck the police.
I just wanted to get off the message with I just wanted to get off the message with no swearing, but that's what I'm trying to say. And obviously, it's not. I understand the woman might have her aspirations in life to do better, but I honestly feel like there's other ways to do it. Like, barbers do a good job in putting people in the right mind, like just having
getting the black man
right,
ready for the dance.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? And then you got people that doing innocent doing jobs in the community that people overlook. And obviously, like policing is like, it holds a big responsibility, because obviously you're shaping people, you're making sure that people are doing right. You're stopping crime, whatever. But let's be real, policing in our communities are not really done to the best. You know what I mean? It's more of a reaction. It's more of a reactionary thing. It's more of a thing of like, oh, let's target this people. Even when I've been dealt with people that from police officers that from my ethnic minorities, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see how you deal with me. You just notice that, all right, cool. You're just doing this job. If they ask you to strip me or do something that's gonna offend my rights as a human being, you happily do it because you're gonna be on this pay salary. You know what I mean? And it's not a thing where it's like they're actually trying to understand you as a person. You're talking to me as if you already know the person I am based on the way I'm dressed, but because you speak to me through a conversation, you realize I'm not like that. Then it's like, all right, cool. Let me get to know you a little bit more. This is just my personal trauma. This is my personal experience. And you learn from other people's stories as well. Like, there's so many stories I heard from friends, media, or just even going on Twitter. Like, bro, people have experiences where police officers are not really doing the honourable thing, the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, realistically, what can you do as a black person walking into these kind of institutions? You know what I mean? What influence do you have?
You can have good intentions, but you're just pissing in the wind, man.
Isn't this
That's
the,
what I'm trying to
the point
say.
you were trying to make the other day, man, when everybody was getting onto you saying nothing's going to change, and you were like, but you have to basically do something in order for it to affect change?
There's bare black officers.
Can
though.
I have Emmanuel answer my question, please?
Go on,
Thank you
sorry.
very much.
Yeah, basically.
But are people gonna? Okay, cool.
Sorry.
So Keir personally dropped out.
Sorry. I've heard your point. Thank you very much. I
Okay,
swear,
cool,
just
cool,
asking
cool.
man a question.
That's
Because this speaks to what it is that everybody was rallying against him and he was getting vexed, right? They were saying
No,
nothing's going to
have a
change
good
because
morning,
the...
have a good morning.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
caller. Thank you.
Wait,
He's
wait,
going,
wait,
he's going,
wait,
he's
wait,
going,
wait,
he's going.
It's going, man.
Thank you very much for calling, yeah?
But what was Emmanuel's
good morning,
point
man.
about? It wasn't about police.
No, it was about the system. It's systemic. If it is that... Let me start again. In the beginning, Emmanuel was basically saying we need to change how everything is... Sorry, let me start again.
Collect your thoughts.
I'm very vexed.
Very vexed.
The other day, I think it was last week, people were on the
Just put it on mute or something.
people were on the call, and they were not happy with how it is Emmanuel was saying we need to approach this systemic issue, right? And this systemic issue, they were suggesting that you can do things bit piece to basically affect change. And it sounded as though Emmanuel was saying you don't do things bit piece, you just slam everything all at once, right? This is not what he was saying, but this is how it was coming across. This particular discussion speaks to the same thing in my understanding. Maya, do you see this?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, explain further, because obviously I am enraged right now.
All right, you relax.
All right.
So basically, yeah. Wait, the caller's still there, isn't it? Okay,
Yes.
sorry, caller, one
Yes.
sec.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just to summarize, basically, I was talking about obviously doing for self, right? But for those people who believe that you can do something from within, want to be part of the system, this, that, and the third, I'm not saying that you will be able to do something overnight, but those little things, that transition to get to that particular place, is possible, right? If you do it in a particular way. But it seems as though right now we're basically saying it's impossible. No matter what you do, no matter how many people that's in there, no matter what representation you have, it's impossible to change the police force. Why is it only the police force that you can't change, but other institutions you can change? And this
Okay,
is
can I speak on that?
yeah, go on.
Hi, yeah, my name's Paul.
That's all.
Basically, how you doing? I just wanted to say that her dream is basically that, a dream. If you're going to try and affect the police force from bottom up, that's a dream. No matter how many people want to go and join the police force and want to be police officers, if you're coming in from the bottom, they control the whole system. So you're going to be dispersed in different areas. You're never going to be able to amass as a group in order to affect change. Change needs to happen from the top up, downwards, not from the bottom upwards. So I think basically it's a dream.
Do you feel like that? Sorry, go on.
He's right.
They will guide her. They will place her in position.
Mute my mic. Brent's gonna kick me off the show.
And let's be realistic, right? Because there is the top, and it's always gonna be the top, right? Somebody said that the London mayor has changed and the prime minister's changed and nothing's gonna change. This is so simplistic. It's a simplistic view of the entire flipping cake, right? Let's just say we take it community by community, right? Certain police officers are told to go to certain communities or certain communities, right? So you know who your Bobby on the beat is because they are assigned to that particular community, right? Now, any of the issues that you normally have, it's those people that you basically go to. And some of them are even extended further to say, all right, cool, here's my number, call me if something happens, right? Now, if anything that crops up that this particular Bobby could look to give them information on, whether it's this is the right number to call, don't go to this particular number, go to this particular number, they can basically provide that particular information. Now, I did ask Maggie to call in, right? Because she was saying, how about things about sexual assault, right? It's easier to basically talk to somebody who looks like you because they would point you to the right direction. Bear in mind, they have to still have the moral integrity that they came in with, right? They wouldn't, they shouldn't, they would need to not have already been swallowed by the machine, by the system, right? Yeah. Now, I am saying it's possible that you can go in and you can do a training day thing, right? Nobody's mentioned this at all. Nobody's mentioned we can have a little Trojan horse going in. Nobody. But yet you're like, nope, sorry, dream dead.
Because they have no real power.
Let me get my shit off, Paul. Sorry. I'll let you talk this now, yeah?
Sure.
Now, it is increasingly difficult to change anything that has been systemically entrenched forever, right? And it has been more difficult, especially seen as everybody's become more well-versed at hiding the overtness that used to be prevalent, right? But I would never, ever think that it's impossible for a little change to happen, a little representation to happen, because after you see somebody give you a blight, even though you're walking around with whatever in your pocket, give you a blight, because if you get caught right now, you're not coming back out again. I don't see you changing your mind to say, I'm not going to go out next time without this in my pocket. But you be like, I got away with it. I remember Keith saying he got pulled over one time. And the guy recognized him because he listened to the pod. He's a black police officer. And he let him go because of nepotism, familiarity, or fondness. Do you understand? Even though he was speeding, he let him go. Is that what it is you're looking for?
No.
Because he's broken the law, but he got obliged because there's friendship there.
No, that's good on him.
What about those who are not famous? What about those who are not podcasters?
No. I'm just saying, we are giving isolated experiences. Like the guy you called before, he gave, well, I'm an innocent and this has still happened to me, right? You would say, Paul, you would say, my entire life I've been hounded by these mother effers, and you have different reasons as to why it is you don't like them. Do you understand? This particular lady, she knows what I've won. You can tell in that advice that she knows what she's going into, but she still feels pulled to try to make a difference. Do you understand? And I do believe the more people within their given communities that do that, the reflection of that particular gang might change over time. I'm not saying it definitely will, because it would need a long period of time. You would need certain things on the top to change. But the only way you do that is if it is that you do that. The only way you start is if it is that you start.
They've started already, though.
Is it better now?
They started.
Is it better now?
They've been started. There've been black people in the police for decades.
Is it better now than it was, let's say, 50 years ago?
No, why would it be?
It's not better now.
No.
No. Not at all.
They just can't be overtly racist like they used to back then. That's the only difference.
Okay, cool.
I think it is. I think it is better.
After.
I think it is better. Sorry, can you finish?
Yeah, let
can you
Paul
finish,
talk.
Paul?
Whenever you see a black officer, he's usually surrounded by 2 or 3 white officers. They've got limited power in what they can do. Even when that black officer is trying to talk to you nicely, the white officer will come and supersede what he's saying. He'll say, no, no, no. And if the white officer says, no, 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 there's nothing that black officer can do. So they have limited power. Even if the black officer was on his own and he says, okay, you're going through this situation, I'm going to help you. He takes it to his bosses. His bosses can override what he says. And more than likely, they will do. It's the institution that needs to change it. The one man on the road cannot change nothing. The change needs to happen from the top. Things need to be put in place where things are equal, where going through training, you're not targeting a specific type of people. The prejudices are not there.
But you know, like I definitely hear what you're saying, right? But you know, like 50 years ago, when we first came here, obviously we were coming 50 years ago, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know, like every institution was like this. Like every institution was hostile towards black people. If everyone said that we're not going to try and infiltrate the system, integrate into the system, this, and the third, everyone was doing for self, I'll be very happy. But that's not the case. Everyone wanted to get into the system and do what they're doing. And certain institutions had been better. Because you've got more black social workers, you've got more black kids being looked after.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Yeah.
Because you've got more black nurses, you've got more black pregnant women being looked after.
Yes.
Is it not possible that, like you're saying, Paul, you're saying every black officer typically will have another white officer with him, or 2, right? In those concentrated black areas that I was mentioning before, if that number turned, and then instead of seeing 1 officer and 2 white guys, right? You see 3 black guys dealing with you.
Why are you talking like she's going to be the first black officer?
No.
It starts with somebody
It
though.
started.
No,
There's bare black officers.
I think his point is
What the hell are you
this
talking
issue
about?
has been happening for decades. It's not like she's
the
like
people at the top will never allow.
No. But,
Will never allow.
okay, so
will
if you're
never
gonna,
allow for let's say Brixton, the police officers in Brixton to be majority black.
But this is what I'm trying to say,
wouldn't.
Paul. Yeah, right. This is the thing. If you're going to tell me, right, that the police officers, again, let me just make my point. My point is always do for self. I'm not trying to be assimilating like a lot of people. You know, just so people know my point of view. But just using logic here, this particular line of thinking. If you unless you're going to tell me that the police officers have a cap on the amount of black people that they hire, are you going to tell me that they also have a policy to make sure there's all like every time someone goes out into particular areas, there's always a black and a white person? If you're going to tell me that that's the policy, right?
We don't recruit
That's
ourselves.
the policy or not, though.
Huh?
I don't think we know if that's the policy.
Sorry, say that again.
We don't recruit ourselves. We don't recruit ourselves.
All right.
So the person hiring,
yeah,
majority white, black people to tick boxes.
Okay, yeah, but still, right? Because again, I'm just dealing with numbers here. So even, all right, but put it this way. There's 2 ways I see this, right?
Do you think 3
will
or 2
protect
black
their
officers will be
institution.
sent to Peckham or Brixton?
But this is the point I'm trying
I don't
to make.
think there would be.
But this is the point I'm making. All right, again, wait. Again, my view is again doing for self. But let me fold this out to you. If like we can say in politics, there's no difference. We all say there's no representation in the high. In the cabinet, this, that, and the third. We all say this. We had somebody come here, Tele Lawa, speaking about basically to make a difference, you have to do it at the local level, right? Have that person as a black person, or have that person who sympathizes with the working class, this, that, and the third. They're saying that's how you get the change.
Yeah,
I'm saying to you,
it makes sense in those institutions.
No.
yeah, but why does that make sense?
What
in
you're
this
saying is
institution?
that's been
There's
happening
limited
here.
power.
No, but
But
it
you
hasn't
can't
happened.
speak to people
Explain how it
that
happened.
are there.
How do you tell me it hasn't happened?
It's
There's
been
bare
happening.
black man. So what are you talking about?
No, but you can't speak to their mindset. We don't know whether they went in wanting to do.
We report on the since we've done this show, we've reported on the Metropolitan Police, the Pure Times is one of the most corrupt and horrible institutions in this
agreed.
country.
Yes, we know.
What have them black people that's been there for them done? Why is this guy going to make any difference?
You can't speak to the mindset of people that are already in there.
I say what we need.
Go on.
Yeah, go on,
I say what we need is ex black people of color, judges, QCs, lawyers coming into the top of the institution, stepping sideways into the top of the police institution and becoming the bosses. That's where we can affect change, not from being the man on the street.
Pawns. Not by being pawns, man.
So watch this, yeah. So once we've got the black people in positions of power, I don't know how you guys think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
because somehow
Exactly.
people just fly in from the top like Al Qaeda, right? No, it has to come from the bottom.
Not
right?
just fly in. No. I'm not saying fly in. I'm saying like people that have been barristers, lawyers, judges, sidestepping into positions of power in the police force.
Okay.
Now affecting change.
But Paul,
and with their legal background, they can make right judgments and make right policies where things are more fairer.
100%.
Then the people below, the PCs below can act, properly.
I hear what you're saying, but okay, using that same argument,
That's brute force.
are there enough?
That's what you guys are saying.
Are there enough black people in those positions, barristers and the like you said, right, in those positions to go into the force that can make a difference? Can you see that happen?
What? We made a difference in that sector, to be honest. Like in that sector, there's a lot of us, people, ethnic minority, lawyers, barristers. I don't know about judges, but there are a lot of us in law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to fill those positions of power in the police force as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the places where we can make a difference.
Promotion up from PC is not happening. It's not happening. You're
going against our tribe, man. If you're saying you want to really help black people, joining the police force is not the way. I understand. If your dream is your dream being a police officer, is your dream helping black people? Because if you really want to help black people, joining the police force is not the way to go.
In this conversation,
it's not.
Paul, thank you very much for your thoughts.
Thank
You
you
are fantastic.
for calling, Paul.
We've literally jumped here in this conversation. We've jumped as though cis is on a Nelson Mandela vibe. The thing is, helping one person can make a difference,
especially for her.
This is especially for her. We talk about there's not enough. The police force is racist and blah blah as they are. That's fair. But the thing is, all of that puts black people, people of color, joining. And the only way things could potentially change is by that. Every single person who is set out, who has made an actual impact in different industries, when they first said it, they sounded stupid. I hear you saying that there's black people there and whatever at the moment, but we can't speak to their mindset. Their mindset may not align with this woman's mindset. Even if she goes in there, and that means that while she's working there, she's sitting on panels, she's having conversations, she's on social media and highlighting injustices that's in there, but they can't fire her because that'd be discrimination. She's making a change because she's highlighting that. That's when they're gonna have to sit down and do that. Like someone brought up in the chat about women's sexual assault, we reported that in the headlines about how much this lady who has this dream anyway is also worried about her being assaulted if she gets there and stuff. How her colleagues are gonna deal with her. I don't think she's naive to what the reality of what she could face is. However, though, one person making a change, this is how things start. And even if it's just a thing where she's a mentor, even if that's what it is, even if she's going to schools and teaching kids about the law from knowing inside and saying when police stop you, these are your rights. Even if she's doing just that, we did that in the early days of TDA, where we're telling kids about what their rights are with police and whatever. Even if she is in there, and what she does in her spare time outside of working is goes to other schools and lets black kids know about that. That is still change. Change doesn't have to be the biggest thing. However, if we're running away from the industry and not going into that world, is forever going to be racist. It's forever going to be racist. The only way change can happen is if people start who have the mindset that this woman does, start doing things. Things happen. Every single thing that when we talk about offices as well. How many, now we have black execs and whatever it was. When a black person probably stood there and was like, I want to be a black exec one day, probably sound like a joke. We're like, you're not going to make it. Eventually things do. The 5 times more ladies we always talk about, they literally saw what black women go through when it comes to pregnancy and how they're more likely to die. They end up in a House of Commons. These normal 2 girls who were just minding their normal business, who had given birth at one point, they end up in the House of Commons. Now the government is actually looking into these things. For me personally, my mind doesn't work in a way where I feel like things can necessarily be capped. I feel like things can happen. It's not definite, but it's also not definite it's not going to happen. But morning, caller.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right, cool. Good morning. It's KJ here. I just wanted to say, I agree with. I'm struggling with the argument. If I'm honest with you, I'm kind of flipping on both sides. But one thing I did want to point out is that the simplistic nature in which people are talking about it become a judge and an effect from the top and you can't do anything from the bottom. It's very frustrating because as Iman pointed out, things like teaching, things like the Bank of England, etc. Back in the day, I don't remember having that many black teachers. And now my younger brother is a teacher along with a couple of his people. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And with that being said, a lot of people around England are pushing to get rid of books like Of Mice and Men and Inspector Calls and put some black literature in there. It takes time, but we can't just write it off. Every institution in this country is not for us. This is not our country. We have to remember that. And we know this. Every institution is racist. It's not built to help us. And yet we want to affect things like, and yet we want to affect loads of different institutions, as we should. Number one, we should want to police our own communities the way Iman wants to, which is take responsibility, but also become part of the solution, which means, unfortunately, becoming part of the institution. Yeah. That's how I think. I mean, in my opinion, it's top down.
Sorry, caller, carry on, please.
That's all I wanted to say. If I'm honest with you, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, KJ.
I appreciate that.
Period.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Training day, man.
Training day. Say Trojan horse.
Training day.
Yeah, no. I mean, again,
it's not gonna be an easy job, but no job is easy, man.
Can I ask you guys a question? Yeah, Mark and Yusuf. Is Babylon all over the world?
Everywhere, in every language. I hate police anywhere I go. Policia, Polski, any country. I can't stand police because you're a certain type of person. This doesn't matter what walk of life you are. Doesn't matter what creed, what color you are. If this is what you decide to go and do with your life, you're a certain type of person. I can judge. I'll tar everybody with the same brush. Sorry.
So it has nothing to do with racism. It's got nothing to do with race.
How I feel
For
about
you, it has
police.
nothing to do with race.
No, if you're police, you're police.
Alright.
Yusuf, what about you?
Well, do I believe police are the same everywhere?
Yeah.
All over the world. What's Chinese police called?
What's your problem?
I think
What's worse than I was going to answer you?
I was going to say in Japanese. You said it in Spanish. Say it in Japanese then.
in certain aspects, yes. In certain aspects, no. In maybe abusing power,
Okay.
maybe yes. But do I feel like I'll be treated differently if I went to Nigeria and dealt with the police? It'll be different. We know how Nigerian police are, but it's different from being dealt with here in it. So I'm dealing with the fact that I live in Britain, and also I'm heavily thinking about America too.
Okay.
I'm not forgetting about what happened a few years ago, right? The whole with BLM and stuff. So for me, I think the police force is a corrupt institution as a whole worldwide. It differs country to country in regards to how they treat their citizens, but I think as a whole, the police force in itself is a corrupt institution, and it's just where people abuse their authority and abuse their power. And here and in America, it's presented through racism a lot to me.
Okay. I mean, okay, cool. Like, when Mark, when you say, okay, it's Babylon all over the world, I can understand why you hold that view then, what you're saying. Because regardless of where you go, in order for the police to actually be the police, they have to be, like, by nature, what you don't like.
Yep. It can stop you doing from what you...
Nothing to do with race.
Nothing to do with race.
Okay, then. So I understand.
I walk out the airport. I walk out the airport and see police, and they cross my spirit.
All right,
I promise you, I don't like anywhere.
Okay. That makes sense to me then.
It makes sense to me right from the very beginning. That's why I said,
Bro,
don't trust me. Let you man talk.
But the thing is, that's what I asked initially. Are we talking about how police interact with known criminals or just regular
Not just regular,
civilians?
when they do their regular job. When they just go out there.
Yeah, exactly. So if police are treating citizens, regular people who are just walking down the road incorrectly, then to me that speaks to the fact that they're abusing their power and it's corrupt and it's racist.
And you feel like that's what they do in this country?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, hopefully the listener, the person who wrote in.
People always say,
That's
look, they're
not
supposed to
something
protect themselves, they're supposed to do this in any walk of life or anything. There's going to be people from disenfranchised communities and poorer that are going to be treated bad by the police. You know what I'm trying to say? People that are going to be being judged, being discriminated by, being whatever, by the police. There's going to happen. You talk, and that's what I'm saying, it's got nothing about race. You can probably go anywhere in the world and find people with these same gripes, these things what the police do.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, believe it or not, that was not our topic of the day. But to the person who did write in, I wish you the best. Yeah, it was a dilemma. I wish you the best with it, and because I personally, I feel like if you got a dream to do something, I couldn't imagine not pursuing my dream ever. So I would say pursue it. Just because you're pursuing doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Dreams change, dreams evolve. You might start this and then it leads you to something else that you want to do. I really am such a believer in that. So I personally don't think that you should give up on your dream just because of the obstacles that lay ahead. Yeah. I think do this, and if it doesn't work out, it might lead you into something greater. Yeah. Like many people have that story. But all the best, good luck. If anyone else got dilemmas in or want to send their dilemmas in, the number is 075 64841073 and the email address is tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. Let's get into our topic of the day.
Let's do it.
If once it's there.
1, 2.
Okay, cool.
All right, people.
One second.
Yes, 1 second. But I'll start it up and whatnot. So basically,
you can put the pillows on the thing if you don't need them. Yeah. Sorry.
Like I think I was saying in the chat.
Yes.
Did I say it yesterday? I'm not too sure.
I said it yesterday.
I said it today.
Yeah.
We've got 2 guests today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm. This might be one of my most excited.
No, I'm excited. I feel like a proud auntie.
Yes, and basically, obviously, every guest that I think that's come here has been excelling and doing something in their own right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I feel like these guests today, especially because of their age, and because they are actually not just, again, there's nothing wrong with dreaming, right? There's nothing wrong with having certain goals.
Excuse me? Brent's not away from the mic. He said apparently there is.
There's nothing wrong with that. But what I love about this is the fact that these guys are young, yeah. They dreamt. What happened?
I just don't want you to dream.
You're
There's two dreamers here.
They interrupted someone else's dream.
Yes.
I bet none of these men want to be police.
Can you imagine one of them? I actually thought that, you know.
No, that'd be a
Miles,
spanner
do
in the
the
works.
mic, do the mic.
That'd be a spanner in
I
the
thought
works.
one of them want to be police.
What we doing?
And they just, I actually thought
imagine?
if one of them want to be police.
How do we?
Right. Nah.
She said no.
No.
That should be cool or not?
Yes.
I was
trying to
trying
figure
to be
it
happy with the.
Audio. Yeah. Anyway, like while I was
I'm sorry, Brent, can you move first closer as well, please? Thank you, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, it's not that obviously, there's nothing wrong with dreaming or whatever, but these guys, yeah, they're young, they had a dream, they had plans, they had goals, and they achieved it.
Period.
And like I said, they're young, so I'm like super excited to
So
hear
proud.
from them, man, and yeah, man. But yeah,
Can we get some horns for them? Sorry.
Wait.
Oh, Brennan's literally black excellence.
Hold on.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see if this is working. That's
I
one.
hope so.
That's two. That's Yusuf. Okay.
we're coming, guys.
Forwarding.
Suspense.
Thank you.
What did you say?
I said forwarding. We're forwarding.
Oh, ew.
Go stunted. Stunted. You can't even see it come.
You got that. That is so bad.
All right. That's 4, and then this is.
All right. Black excellence in the room, honey. Love that.
All right.
Well, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So remember, weeks ago, this was a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, and we had a lovely phone call from one of our listeners,
Yeah.
and he was sharing with us what he got in his A levels. Bloody amazing.
You got the Brampton Manor crew, yeah?
Yes.
All right then.
Listen, I love that. I'm so happy about you guys.
Like,
What are your names, please?
Yeah, and, no, I was just
I
gonna
think
say
you
like
can get crispier. Hold up.
Wish I can get him crispier. Come on.
Hold up.
Or is that forward as well?
No?
Or why something?
No, that was straight, I think.
So that was, I think.
It's techie these days, man. I don't know.
So childish, man. So childish.
So hard to have a conversation.
Is it hard?
It's bun up.
What about putting the right down a bit? No?
Foolishness.
Yeah, no? Would it help?
No. Because it's not even. This one is.
Oh, okay.
over here.
yeah, no.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Black excellence. Can you guys introduce yourselves, please?
Hello, I'm Nimi. It's only one Nimi, but Nimi.
Your mum know you're calling yourself Nimi.
Yeah, she knows because my little brother's called Tolu Lashe.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so Nimi
Oh,
Lashe.
meaningful. You're even Nigerian. Oh, your mum must be so proud. I know
she's-
all her group chats were popping off.
I was getting calls from like Nigeria.
Yeah, of
See what I'm
course.
saying?
Our star boy. Are you kidding me?
So,
Beautiful.
Miles, can you do the mic a bit more thingy?
What, this
It's
way?
about- Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's better.
Lovely. And your name, lovely?
My name's Olivia.
Olivia.
I'm from Trinidad and Uganda. I can tell with accent.
You say it was bait.
Yeah.
Well, how are you guys doing though?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Chilling.
Is he whispering?
Hello, man. Speak on your chest.
Sorry.
We saw the grades, man. Come on.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
Right.
Olivia?
I'm fine. I'm still in shock about like everything, A levels finishing, getting into Cambridge and stuff. It's
You got
a
into
bit-
Cambridge.
We're gonna
Brent
see
Weston.
That's representation before. Look.
There's nothing wrong with this.
You know the
man. This is
first
good.
black person that said they wanted to go to Cambridge, they would have called him a fool.
I wouldn't have.
Now look.
I wouldn't have. I'm all for education. Knowledge is power. I'm all for education. These are good, sensible dreams that I can co-sign. And you get what I'm trying to say?
Oh, that is beautiful.
I always wanted to go Cambridge.
Oh, I'm so proud of my heart. It's so full.
Are you crazy? What?
Yeah,
What are you coming that for?
You always wanted to go to Cambridge.
Always.
What,
You
what,
right.
day, what day trip? Or what?
An excursion.
What should we talk about?
Excuse me?
Cunt, shouldn't it? Base of operations.
So what were you guys' grades?
I got 3 stars and an A in maths, further maths, chemistry, and physics.
Come on, man. What are we doing there?
Economics.
This is what economics as well.
Yeah, I'm doing economics.
I don't know what to do with myself. I'll be honest with you.
I'm so excited.
This is what I'm talking about.
So excited.
They might need to speak up because these are
Beautiful. You?
I got 3 stars. I got in maths, biology, and chemistry.
God. Amazing.
Come on, man. This is
so proud of
scientist,
you
you know.
guys.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm so proud of you
Eugenics.
guys. Don't embarrass yourself for the kids. I like you. So did you guys I don't know, Brampton, is it a sixth form? Is it a full like a year 7 to
Year 7 to 11 and post 16 as well.
Okay, did you guys go there from secondary school?
Nah.
Okay, just straight from
Yeah, I went to school in Ilford.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh nice.
Croydon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What school was it?
I didn't. I
Actually,
live
shout them
in-
out. No, did they do this? Did they contribute to your? No, never mind. Sorry,
I
we
live
don't do
in
that.
Croydon, but I didn't go to school in Croydon. I've
Okay.
never gone to school in Croydon. I went to school in Sutton. So
Okay.
I travelled from. I went to a grammar school.
Yeah.
And then I travelled from Croydon to Nguema for sixth form.
Wow.
Hey.
How long that take every day?
Hour and 20 plus.
Look at that, and she got A stars.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
had to.
Put in the work.
Travel went. It was serious.
So what is the culture like there? Because I feel like are there students that don't get A stars and like A's?
Yeah, but
Because in my mind,
Yeah.
everyone just gets that. Do you know what I mean?
that's what they post, innit? But
Fair.
no one does like horrible.
Horrible.
Really?
Everyone gets.
Like, there's no
into-
C's.
Yeah, I didn't hear of any C's.
Oh,
What's going on over there? Like, what they?
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
what's going?
what's in the water? It wasn't
what's
the
in
wing
the
at the
water?
water. What's in the water?
It's not a grammar school or anything like that. Is it just like a normal?
It's a regular.
Yeah, selective though.
Okay.
Or do you have to do a test to get in?
No, basically based on my GCSEs, innit?
Okay. What did you guys get for GCSEs? Let's do that as well.
Yeah.
I got 8 A stars and
8.
but it's graded. It's different numbers. It's numbers.
Do
No,
the,
you-
do the
Okay.
numbers because most people know the numbers.
What's the numbers?
I got 7 9s and 1 8 and then 1 7.
Holmes, yeah, bro.
Like this is fantastic.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we don't know the numbers. Like,
So when you're saying
It's
A star,
basically
was
all
it
A
like-
stars. It's
So
basically
nine-
all A
Yeah.
stars.
9 and 8
Nine's
is
the
A
highest.
star.
Okay.
And then 7's A.
7's A.
6
Yeah.
B and then 5 and 4.
You don't relate to that. Don't worry.
Wait
about
there, because I saw bare kids with all 1s and 2s on thing the other day. So what's that mean? Oh my god,
that. It means they're not going to Cambridge, bro.
Those are the ones who are going to join the police.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, those are the ones who hate the police.
What's that?
Did you have like a is education like a big thing for you? Was you like push towards it, or is it something that you just naturally just intelligent and just learning or something? Do you have like aspects to like family life, or is something that's drove you towards education, or like these dope teachers, or is there something, or is it you're just naturally smart?
When I was younger, no, because like I only started getting serious like year 10. Started caring year 10.
Really?
'Cause when I was younger, I used to mess about.
But you're one of those people that messes about though, but you end up getting an A anyway.
Yeah, from young.
Yeah.
But I started caring because like I moved to London because I just live in Huddersfield,
Okay.
up north near Manchester. So I moved in year 10, and I was behind because they changed the exam board, so it's different stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I decided to get serious, but before that, I wasn't serious still.
What made you get serious then?
Because normally I feel like I have an ego in it. So when I was younger, say year 7 to year 9, I ain't trying. I'm top of the class in it. But
Yeah,
I
I
come.
feel like you haven't been challenged.
Yes, I come to London, different exam boards, and I'm not top of the class. So now I want to be top of the class. So
Oh, it's Nigerian blood. in
So you put the work in.
yeah.
Love that.
That's dope.
Yeah, my story is similar but different because obviously I went to a grammar school, so it was similar environment to Brampton, but I still didn't take it seriously because I felt like I didn't belong there. I don't know.
Really?
It's not. I not. There was not a lot of people like me in a grammar school. Like
Okay.
it's still. It was a different dynamic. So I didn't take education seriously. Obviously, I live in Croydon, and not a lot of people go into higher education in Croydon.
Yeah.
So I didn't take it seriously till I saw what was going on around me in my area, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of the hood. And then,
Love that.
but my mum's never really been like education. She was like, do your best, and I'll love you either way. So
Oh.
it's been fine for me.
That's so cool. So you're going to Cambridge. Are you going to uni?
Yeah, it says on the thing I'm going work, but
Okay.
I got a call and I'm going Cambridge as well.
Oh my god! So we will like you, please.
Man got headhunted, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
beautiful.
after you called it into TDA, right?
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Yes.
It's the same day.
That's the same day.
I applied for Cambridge earlier. I got rejected.
Okay.
But the person that interviewed me said I was good. They said
Yeah.
I should go into the reconsideration pool. And
Yeah.
So they saw my grades and then.
Nah,
They said, please. We
They
would like
saw
you.
TDA.
They're begging now.
So the TDA.
I love
Right.
that. I love that. What are you going to study?
Medicine.
God.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I'm actually going to use my voice today. What's the Cambridge interview like?
Oh gosh.
Because I didn't know you had an interview. I'll be so honest with
Yeah,
you.
that's the interview. It's like, for me, it was like there was two sides of it. There was academic side and there was like ethical side to it. So for me, because of medicine, but there was one question. Yeah, it was like giving me a drug in it, like a picture of a drug. I had to explain how it works.
Okay.
It was anesthetic. So I had to use like what I know for chemistry. So that's academic from different, like your A-level knowledge, and they apply it to abstract.
Okay.
Different scenarios. So I got a question about like why do people when people are having panic attacks, they like put a brown bag over their mouth and nose. Why do they do that? So I talk about hyperventilating and then talk about hemoglobin as well.
Is that why they did the brown bag? I thought it was just calm their nerves. Like,
Nah, it's because they're hyperventilating.
I didn't even try. I didn't even try to go Cambridge.
You're going to learn you something.
Yeah, I'm going to learn today.
They're hyperventilating. There's having rapid short breaths. Right? So your hemoglobin, it binds the oxygen from your lungs and then passes to other parts of your body through your blood. But if you're hyperventilating, they're not. You're expelling that oxygenated air quickly.
Yeah.
So the hemoglobin is not binding to that. So if you use a brown bag, the same air you're breathing in is carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide forces hemoglobin to unload the oxygen at your.
Come on, man! I could have told you that. We knew. Some of us knew that, bro. Oh man!
Do you know how much? You know how heavy you're paying attention. You didn't even blink because you didn't want to miss the information. So like you knew. Let me see. And what was your interview like?
My interview was so hard because obviously I applied for economics. I didn't do A-level economics.
Okay.
So I was thinking, oh my, I'm not gonna know anything.
Yeah.
And I had 3 interviews. So the first one was like just general, what you do, academics, super curricular. Second one was econ interview, and the third one was a maths interview. The maths one was fine because I did further maths, but it's the econ one I was stressed. I didn't get one question right, so I couldn't tell you how they thought I did well. But I initially didn't get into the college I applied to.
Yeah.
I got put into a winter pool, and then I got offer through there.
Okay.
So it worked out in the end.
I'm so proud of you
So
guys.
you apply for like different colleges in Cambridge and like different
Yeah.
colleges in Oxford. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I applied for Jesus College, but then
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
And then Saviour.
Yeah.
No, because you know you guys have got Jesus in football, so make sure.
Yeah, he's using it. But,
Yeah, that's it.
But I applied for Jesus College, but they rejected me, but they sent my application to Clare College, so Clare College took me.
Do different colleges do different things?
The same thing, but they do. It's like different branches of the like.
Okay.
It's like where you're living, what you like, the people you're around.
Okay.
That's the different course. So you choose based on where you want to live. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some have different activities, some have more money. Like the one I'm in now is an all girls college, for example.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is there like a black college yet? No. Is there one where people like a majority of black people?
Homerton.
Oh yeah.
Homerton.
That's not in Hackney.
Because the black. That's in Cambridge.
Oh, I was gonna say that college is doomed.
There's colleges that have more
don't
black
go
people
there.
than
Yeah.
Serious.
like some colleges in your year group, you might be the only black person in your year.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone in the year above. She's the only black person in her year.
Really?
But there's still ACS, so you can still find other people in the uni. But it's just in her college, she'll be the only one. So.
Okay.
How far are these colleges like from each other?
Mine's in the middle. Mine's near other colleges, but there's other colleges that are far. Like Gillian is far. Like, cause I remember the open day last year, we all went that was a trick, but the rest of it is like near each other. So
Okay.
Mine's near Jesus, and mine's near King's College as well.
Jesus the King.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's the horns, you heathen?
That's what I'm saying.
What's it called? The super chat is booming right now, man.
Love that.
Those are super
We got
chats.
£20 from TDA Bozo saying Black Excellence. £10 from Johnny Tobes. This is sensational. I'm grinning like I know these kids.
Mate,
That's me, you know.
imagine how I feel. I feel so happy.
£10 from JW. Love to see this. Can you ask them how much their parents impacted their achievements?
That's definitely one of the questions I've got coming.
Yeah.
Before you
100%.
answer,
you can answer now.
yeah, finish please.
Oh, you want to do all of them?
Yeah. Because all of it is going to be going to them.
Period.
They're donating for their.
Okay, cool.
For them,
Yes.
So where's my birthday money?
Did you get to Cambridge?
It was my birthday.
Did you get in Cambridge?
All right, you know what? We're gonna talk off camera.
Bruv, you have a birthday every year.
These kids
You don't get
ain't. I'll be
Cambridge
honest
every
with you.
year.
These kids ain't getting a
Listen
penny.
carefully. Listen carefully. Greek asked if we give money, can it go to them?
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, that's
once
why
I said
everyone's
yes,
giving it, okay.
everybody starts doing it. So it
Okay,
can go
fair
to them.
enough.
Uni's expensive.
Greek.
Uni's expensive.
No, fair enough. That's fair play.
Greek is saying everyone load it. So he basically saying everyone donate
Yeah.
your 2020
Come on, man.
now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna ask that question in a second. Who else we got?
Nah, the chats. This is lit. It's all rainbows
And
and
we
colours
got
up there.
£20 from Timmy A, Leaders of the Future. She's called
Love it.
Facts.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
That's what we got for now.
I'm so proud of you guys. Like I honestly, I'm so proud of you. Since you called on the phone, I've been so proud since.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
I want to know, yeah, because obviously you are young, innit? You got your whole future ahead of you, yeah. So obviously it's a lot to take on, yeah. Are you very intentional with the stuff that you're learning? Do you have like a career path that you're going to follow? Because a lot of people go college or uni and get degrees and stuff, and then never ever work in them or never ever use them. I find I didn't do that because obviously I'm smart, but actually I ain't never going on college or no uni. Don't do that. But I'm hearing that's what people do. Do you think you could fall into the same traps, or do you know? Do you have like a career path where you're saying I want to do this, I'm gonna go and do this?
Well, I think with medicine, it's more streamlined. Like, I know.
That's true, yeah.
I know I'm going to go through like 6 years of medical school,
Yeah.
become a doctor. But for other like courses, like she can speak more to this. Like they can do like, it depends. With the advice we got is to do everything, any opportunity, because you don't know anything. You might need like spring weeks, internships. Like I was planning to take a gap year. I had an internship at NHS Finance just to do for the year.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, you can just do anything. Really. She can speak more to that.
I bet you.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to go into finance. So it's a thing where you can't wait till
You're
you
gonna
come
be so
out
rich.
of uni. Amen.
Amen.
It's a thing where you can't wait till you come out of uni to think, oh, now I need to apply to finance.
Yeah.
You've got to start from now. So my school and my uni even, and people outside of school are pushing me to apply for spring weeks.
Okay.
And a spring week's basically like an insight into a finance company.
Nice.
And you apply now and it's later on in Easter time. And that makes you experience the type of roles within the bank.
Yeah.
And from there, you're streamlined if you're successful onto an internship and from there onto a graduate role. So it's still, you got to start from early, but not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
But that's my aim, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
And are you going to be doing like work experiences as well?
Yeah,
Anyway.
different placement, different hospitals for different like, specialties and stuff.
That's good. So do you know what field you want to go into, medicine-wise?
The first thing I thought was orthopedics,
Mm.
but that's because like I was born with a club foot.
Okay.
Yeah, so orthopedic doctors helped me.
Yeah.
So that's
What's
why I
that?
wanted to-
Sorry?
It's like Damon Wayans.
Yeah, basically when I was born, my feet, both of them actually, they were like flipped over. That's the way it flipped over and then like bent a little bit. So the tendons and the nerves were a bit wrongly. They were placed wrong. But
Yeah.
It's not to do any fault. No one fault. My mom didn't do anything wrong. It's just
Yeah, it just happened.
It just happened, innit? So yeah, I had to get.
So do you feel like you still...
You know what you should do, yeah? Just go and look at the positions and the doctors and thing and just the earnings and see who earns what and stack them up, and maybe that can give you a clear idea of
Where you want to go?
where you want to go, where you want to land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just go look, you could be a little six-figure nigga.
You're so annoying. Oh, but the question though about your parents, or do you want to work up to that?
No. Yeah, basically goes.
Yeah, about like your parents and what was the question again? Did they?
Yeah, basically, what was your parents' influence? How did they contribute to you guys being excellent today?
I wouldn't know, Nimi, you Nigerian ass. I know what's happening in your house, but yeah, carry on.
From young, there's always been emphasis on like education, doing well, being the head and not the tail. So, but I didn't really care about that because I was always top anyway, regardless of what.
Yeah.
I feel like from seeing my dad especially, like, he's like, it doesn't matter what I do, like if I get 90% or anything, he's still wanting me to get 100.
Yeah.
So
did they have two heads? That's what you hear.
yeah, all the time. I hear that all the time. So it was a thing where, like, if say I'm not confident, I'm not confident. What's the word? I lost the word. Like, I'm not like content. Sorry.
Okay, content.
I'm not content with
mediums.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
Because if I even the A stars, like my dad just saw the marks in it. It was like, why do you get 300 out of 300?
Uncle.
He's on me like.
That's the thing. You know, they never just like, well done.
Yeah, say well done and then say that.
Well, yeah, but what happened to the extra few? The 2 points you missed out.
Yeah. So that sort of, I feel like that made me more competitive as well. Because I just wanted to do better. I wanted to always do better. So,
yeah. Amazing. Olivia?
For me, it's like the way I grew up. I was always good in school. Like, I was never behind or anything.
Yeah.
So my mom didn't really have an issue with like me learning everything. She always made me try loads of things, not just academics. So I was doing karate from young. I was doing basketball, football. Like, I was doing everything just in case academics didn't work. But when I got to grammar school, I didn't even think I was going to get to grammar school. My mom made me apply to grammar schools, private schools, but private school wasn't the way, obviously, financially. So in a grammar school, that made me see a different like atmosphere, and that's something my mum gave me an opportunity to experience, because I've never said this to her, but I actually thankful that I went to a grammar school, because I feel like it gave me that drive to actually want to succeed, because in a regular school you're not around people every day. Like, same in Brampton, everyone wants to succeed, and my mum opens me up to that. So it's always been a thing where she knows what I can do and she doesn't force me to do anything. But it's just the opportunity she's giving me. That's been the best.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
What was I going to say?
I was going to say, what were the reactions when you told them about your results? Did you call them? Did you tell them in person?
Nah, when I got my A-level results the day before, so I'll call my mom straight away. She started screaming. Then she's going to call my dad, but I said...
I feel like she burst into praise and worship.
Yeah, she started screaming on the phone. And she's going to call my dad, but I told her not to call my dad, because he was driving, he's going to crash the car. Like. I was like, nah, but they were all happy. But then the day after, they sent us... That's right. They sent an email saying, people that in the reconsideration pool, they're going to send their email on it. Said by 3 p.m. that on results day, I got the email and they said, wait till tomorrow, like 4:30 tomorrow. But I misread it. I thought it meant any time from 9 to 4:30. Okay. So I'm on my phone for the whole day, just nervous, just waiting. But it said after 3:30, after 4:30 they'll call. So I'm just on the phone the whole day, just waiting for the email. But then they called me, and I didn't know what to say. I was saying thank you, and I went downstairs and started praying, jubilating.
That's right. That's because your place was reserved already.
Listen,
God had it done already.
God had it done. You don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my son.
Facts.
I got a super chat question. Izzy Bambino, £20. Shout out you. Black Excellence. What were the 5 initial unis that you considered, and were you dissuaded from applying to top unis?
Nah, I applied to Cambridge, Manchester, Leicester, Imperial, and Warwick. Okay. Warwick was my reserve. Basically, I didn't do well in my UCAT, but that's because I didn't have time, because they wanted us to do it before results day, innit? But I should have just been like, because other people didn't listen to the advice and did it later, so they got higher scores. So I should have just done my thing, but I listened to them. I had like 2.5 weeks to prepare, so I did all right. I got like a little bit above average, but it wasn't what the unis want. So I didn't get, from Manchester and Leicester, I didn't get interviews.
Okay.
So then Cambridge, I got interview from a different admission exam, BMAT.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got interview for that. I didn't get interview for Imperial though.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and my Cambridge interview went well. Like the guy, after I got the rejection, the person that interviewed me, he emailed me separately. He said that I was a very strong candidate.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
that's lovely.
Because of my BMAT score, they had to pick the other person.
The other person.
But he said I should enter the reconsideration pool. So.
And Olivia?
Please could you repeat the question? Sorry.
All right. So basically, what were the 5 unis you applied for, And did you have any reservations applying for the big universities, basically?
Oh, I applied for Cambridge, Warwick, Bath, Nottingham, and LSE.
Okay.
I got into 4 unis out of the 5. I didn't get into LSE. And I got contextual offers for 3 of them.
What's contextual? Like depending on your results?
Lower grade requirements, depending on like contextual factors like where you grew up, where you went to school. So Warwick, Bath, and Nottingham were all contextual, and then Cambridge wasn't because they don't do contextual. But I was reserved to apply to Cambridge because I didn't think I would get in, especially coming from not doing econ, and a lot of people saying you can't do that. How are you applying to econ without doing econ?
Naysayers to
That's what I'm
dreams.
saying. Haters.
Where have we heard that before?
It was literally just 2 people believing.
Not all
in
dreams
me.
are equal. I'm just gonna let you sort of know that.
Yeah, what she said. Only 2 people believe
2
in
people believing in me, and then I just ran with it, and I was like, cool.
Who are the 2 people?
My friend Thomas and my teacher, Miss Harris.
Oh, that's lovely.
But she left. So when she left, there was no one else in the access team that
was
thought-
pushing you.
They were like, they saw me on the system at the end of year 12, like, you're doing econ if I do econ, and they flagged it as an issue.
Really?
I was like, but Miss said I could do this. So
Yeah.
I was a bit worried by that, but Thomas was like, just do it, like, you can do it.
Homerton Thomas.
Yeah, Homerton Thomas.
What was your mum's reaction to your results there?
Oh, I called her. Yeah, I called her straight away, and she was just crying. Like she was crying. Then I FaceTime my whole family, my aunties and everything. My grandma was dancing around the house. Both my grands lived together at the moment, so they were dancing. My granddad was there. It was really happy. And then later on in the day, we had like a little dinner and champagne and like a speech and everything. They were so happy.
That is so beautiful. Oh, my heart is so full.
Tell you. Is there more chats?
Questions? No, they're bare super chats. That's why I couldn't even keep up.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
£15 from Jerome. Shout out you. Hold on, let me start this. Ebonionics, £15. Big up yourselves. Remember, you can always become police officers too.
Why did you even read that?
You're not gonna lie.
No, it was too late. I was ready. It was ready in my head.
Also, remember, TJ take 25% of all proceedings. So just in the name of fairness.
£10 from Gen 8. She's saying, well done. Wishing you all the best at uni and big up TDA crew for bringing them on the show. We love to see this excellence.
Yes.
Nightfall, £20. Big up. Big buff yourselves up. Beautiful stories.
Have you been? Sorry to
wow, that's rude.
Have you been taking? What are we up to by now?
282.
Period. I love that.
Then.
This is it. Keep coming, guys.
Man, this was a productive day for you, man.
It's a great gig.
You're gonna tell all your friends about it. They're gonna be knocking at the door. I got grades too.
I got grades too.
Yeah, he's basically saying that you guys are an inspiration.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys? Yeah, I know we asked you the question already. Yeah, but like one of the questions that I'm really interested in getting an answer to. Yeah, and again, you kind of touched on it, but I want you to go into more detail. Like in terms of like, what did your parents do, like in detail, to make you? Because you mentioned something about doing karate, doing basically, I guess, activities outside of school. Because I personally believe there's certain things outside of school that kind of prepares the brain. Even though it might be sports, athletics, or whatever it may be, being a ballerina, I don't know.
It's still in
But
discipline.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
discipline, commitment,
All those things. You know what I'm
hard
saying?
work, yeah.
And then also applying for the grammar school, like you said, the importance of being in an environment where it challenges you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, please, like, give us a bit more detail. Because, like, for instance, yeah, I got a 3-year-old, yeah. I want to know what to do so that she can be sitting here
with us.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Time, yes.
In years' time.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that many people in the chat, people who are going to listen later on, are going to be thinking the same thing because it starts with us. It starts with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, please give us the details.
I think for me, I done everything. When I was younger, I did cadets for like 3 years. I did athletics for like a year. I did basketball camps. Like, and I'd say the biggest impact was sports for me and cadets. Because athletics, and now I do netball, but athletics at the time, it gave me discipline and like, it gave me a break from just learning. So I feel like on any academic journey, you have to have one thing. It doesn't have to be sports. You might like music. I even did piano as well. I played grade 5 piano. Like there was always something that my mum was getting me to do outside of school. So there was always a balance. Like it wasn't just academics every day. So I feel like for me that helped. And cadets is so much discipline is built from cadets. Like I even became a corporal within cadets, air cadets. And I feel like that for me, it woke me up to a different side of life and a different side of discipline that you don't learn at home. And I did it with my cousins as well. I didn't just do it by myself. So me and my cousins, we done everything together. And it was that, like, I had a big support system at home.
Okay.
And another thing for me is my mum never ever forced me to do work. In the way that some households, they might be like, okay, sit down, time to work. Like my mum's never been on my case. If anything, my mom's the one telling me to put down the books and to just go step outside. Like, but yeah, she's never been on my case. She always just let me run with it because she knows what I can do. But I think for me, it was allowing me to do other things other than just sports, and obviously helping me apply to schools that will actually change the atmosphere around me.
That's it.
I think unis want that as well. Like they want someone that's well-rounded.
Stuff.
So like extracurriculars, like stuff like football, athletics, and stuff like supercurriculars as well. Like the subject you do, but outside of that GCSE knowledge or A-level knowledge. For me, I played football and I did athletics when I was younger.
Okay.
As well. But I had to stop because of my foot.
Yeah.
But since then, I started a podcast as well. But
is it?
We're just with my friend talking about football.
Plug it. What's it called?
Nah, I can't lie, I'm not fucking. It's dead.
He's smart and he's got self-awareness. What king?
Nah, we use our phones. We used Anchor. Was it Spotify for podcasts?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we just used.
Did you hear that from us?
Nah, I heard it before. Yeah, but I heard it from here.
We didn't pay $1 billion.
But yeah, so from then, there's a volunteer as well.
Okay.
With people with kids with special educational needs.
Okay.
So doing all of that different things, that's what they want. They don't want someone that's purely academic. And that does nothing. That has nothing else.
You have range.
You have a lot of range.
So when did this additional stuff like start from? Did it start from like secondary school? Did it start from like primary school? Like when did you join the cadets and stuff?
I would say it started from secondary school.
Okay.
So like year 7, I started a lot of things. Some of the stuff was before, like karate was primary school.
Okay.
Music I started from young, like primary school. But most cadets was all secondary school. Netball I started in secondary school. So yeah, mostly secondary school.
And all of these things are like outside of school. This is not like netball in school. This is...
For example, netball, it was my teacher that recognised me in school and then she told me to join a club outside school.
Oh, nice.
But then other things like cadets, I found outside school. Like I found a squadron in my area and then my mum like signed me up for it and my cousins and we went together. Athletics, my mum knew a coach and then I trained at Hercules Wimbledon for like a year.
Okay.
And then I stopped that because athletics weren't for me. But netball, then that's when I went to netball. So yeah.
2 quick big super chats. Shout out to Proverbs, £50.
Sick.
Well done. Good to see black excellence and perseverance. Also, another £50 from Reggie, but via Tracy M. Is Reggie banned from the chat as well?
I don't even know.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, for £50 for Reggie, and also we've got a offer here from Greek. 1 second, I have to take a screenshot because it disappeared off my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. This might not be applied to you, but if you've got any friends as well who might be interested in this. So he said, I'm smiling so much. If they wanted help with their spring week, I could definitely offer help if they're interested in business and fintech banking.
Finance tech.
Finance
Yeah,
tech? Yeah, that sounds interesting to you lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Greek. Greeks,
Thank you, Greek.
Can maybe
Thank
send his details via Brent and you can get that sorted for you.
I was going to ask you, because you mentioned, Olivia, early on how you looked around like where you grew up and stuff and you knew that you wanted to leave the hood and like you wanted to do something different with your life. What age was that?
It was like year 7, 8, because I've seen a lot of people in my proximity pass away, like my age as well.
Yeah.
And that just like I can't be around that and progress. Like it just wouldn't work. Even like my brother's been jumped. I've been jumped. Like it's not an environment that I wanted to stay in. And
that's lit. That's such a smart thing.
Also, we're at 422 so far.
Love that for you guys.
Guys can go JD or
This is
something.
Uni shopping.
Are you guys looking forward to uni though?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
Excited and nervous as well. Because obviously it's a different demographic. To
Yeah.
So worried about how I'll adapt, but just have to adapt, innit?
Yeah.
So,
Is that anything you're nervous about?
yeah, I'll be alright. Everything else, I'll be alright.
You got a Nigerian blood in you.
That's
You got a
it.
black man blood in you, bro.
That's it.
Both of you are fine. I hear you. And then what part are you excited at, looking forward to?
Just meet new people and this uni experience, really. Uni experience.
Uni is fun. I feel like uni is what you make it. Do you know? And I feel like you guys already have a great foundation in terms of doing extra stuff, and like you know that. I feel like for you guys, education is not just, it's beyond education for you guys. In terms of you do things, you have hobbies and you have interests outside of that. And I feel like that's one of the things that makes uni special, like joining different societies outside of ACS and building relationships with people and networks and stuff. I think you enjoy it. And what are you looking forward to and nervous about?
I'm looking forward to netball, and because I haven't played netball in a while because I ripped my ACL, so it's been a long recovery, and that happened during sixth form, so it's been a long recovery. So I'm looking forward to getting back in, and I'm also looking forward to ACS because the ACS can be bigged up this year for us.
Oh, nice.
Surely it should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love that. You nervous about anything?
not really
Love that
because
for you.
the college I'm going into is all girls. I went to all girls school, so
Okay,
I know
yeah.
the dynamic there. And then being around an environment where there's not a lot of people like me, I've been in that environment as well. So it's not new to me, so I'm not scared, but it will be a different, because it's older education, so it'll be different.
Both of your seniors, you guys are going to Cambridge. There's going to be something that TNB is going to be collaborating with Cambridge over, and it's called Africa Over Coffee. Make sure and attend those.
Yeah. You guys are gonna be our Cambridge correspondents.
What was the question I was gonna ask you guys? Crap, I lost it.
Ain't in your notes?
No, something that came to me.
How are you gonna ask him that when his iPad is right in front of it? But I'm so proud of you guys. And how do your friends do as well? Sorry.
Did you have because obviously you sound like superstars, you get me, thoroughbreds and that, but I'm guessing it wasn't all like roses along your academic journey. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Did you have points where like you felt yourself like slipping and that, and if you did, what was it that pulled you back and got you back on the straight and narrow?
For me, yeah, like year 13 has been a movie because obviously applying for medical schools, getting rejections. I remember Cambridge decision day. Yeah, I was happy for like a lot of people. I was happy for my friends as well that I got in as well. But that day was a sad day, man. It was tough. I remember me and my boy Nana. Nana got into Cambridge as well.
Oh, big up Nana.
Big up Nana.
Yeah. I remember that's because we have enrichment in it. We play football, basketball, all different things. So we're playing football. Yeah. I never tried so hard at football. I was working hard. Like,
you said I ain't going to Cambridge today, but I'm gonna get a goal.
I was so angry. So but that day, after that, I lost motivation.
Really?
So that's my 4th rejection for medical school, innit? So I was in my A levels. I was like, I wasn't even trying. To be fair, but I remember it was like 2 weeks before mocks, and my dad was like, "You can't be like sulking forever." Like, so it's like I had to force myself, get into the routine again. Force myself. So my mocks, I didn't do. Well, I did alright in the mocks. I got A star AA in the mocks.
Said all right. I love it.
So, but obviously, from then I just got back into the routine after, but I gained the motivation again, and I decided I was going to take a gap year, and I got the internship job, and then I did my UCAT again, and I got a high score. So I was thinking, it's looking alright. Looking alright. I'll take gap year and I'll try again. It's calm. But then, thank God, man.
Okay, God.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that.
What about you,
The
Olivia?
best university came through.
For me, it was my ACL injury. Because like I said to you, having that balance where you have sports to go back to after academics, that helped me. So when I ripped my ACL just before sixth form started, it was like I had no sports, no support system in the back for academics, and sixth form is stressful. So for me, it was stressful. And after I had surgery, that's where it was just so difficult. I was on crutches for like 3 months, journey was an hour and a half. My mum could only take me for so much of that because she has her own health issues. So for me, it was that period of recovery and balancing A levels, balancing the school being on my back for certain things, but we got through. We got through.
We were in crutches at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I remember. We were in crutches at the same
so
time.
football, I had something happen with my ankle in it. It was long. I had to get ambulance.
Serious?
Yeah, it was school. Yeah, so I was in crutches for a bit as well. I had a big boot as well.
Wow. You know when you said you had to get back to the routine, what is the routine for you guys? So like, because obviously sometimes you go back home, you study, maybe you do 2 hours here, there. Like, how regimented is what you did?
Do you mean like my routine in sixth form?
Yeah.
My routine was, I would say I would wake up at the same time every day. I was always up at 5 and I would always get to school at 7. But in terms of after that,
What time school start?
8.
Okay.
So I'll get to school like an hour before. Whether I was chilling or in study, I was there. But in terms of just, I feel like the best thing is for me was just waking up at the same time and going to bed at the same time every day. Like I always woke up at 5 and I always went to bed at 10. In between the day, it would vary what I did, but I always made sure I did 5 hours of revision at least a day, whether I had to do that in school or outside of school or in the library. So I started to do routine, but I also had other things, like I had physio that I had to go to, but I wouldn't stop those things for school. I'd always work school around those things and prioritize that first, because I always worked. So it would be work, it would be physio, it would be whatever recovery session I had, and then it would be school after. And I would make sure I try to get in the 5 hours in the gaps.
Wow.
When you say work, do you mean like a part-time job or?
Yeah.
What did you work?
I worked at the NHS as a marshal for a period of time,
Okay.
and I worked at Keir at the same time as well. For a period of time.
You're using your 24 hours
Exactly.
to the max.
How much sleep did you get?
7 hours.
7
10
hours.
to
7
10 to
hours.
5
10 to
a.m.
5.
Wow.
24. All right, Molly May, man.
Listen, bro, that was better than Money Mate. It's sick. And what was yours?
I think she's better at time management than me. But at the start of year 12, it was more, I was working long, I wasn't working smart. So at first, I remember we used to do like 6 to 6. Because school's open from 6 a.m. But it doesn't start till 8. So you can go to school to study or do your homework. Do your
Okay.
6. So I was these 6 years, stay.
You get you get to school at 6 a.m.
Yeah, and then do some work, and then school day.
School starts.
And then 3 hours in study, doing revision as well. But that was not sustainable. People do it, but at the point, got to a point, I was like, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. It was long, so I just got to school on time, 8 o'clock. But for me, as I got go through the year, for the year 12 and through, it evolved in it. So there was a time, say if I have exams coming, I'll go to study straight away after school, stay for 3 hours, then get home at 7:30, eat, then work till 10, then go bed. That's what I used to do. And for year 13, because I developed different ways to study that won't take as much time. Because before, because there's different ways to study that, some that are more effective than others. So before I used to just read and highlight, but that doesn't go in your head. You can't retain that. So that does take a lot of time. But there's quicker ways to study. So
and just as effective.
Yeah.
So what's your ideal way of studying, retaining this information?
Okay, so it starts in class, so note taking.
Okay.
So I learned how to note take. So it's not you're writing everything
down.
Yeah. Present it in a way that makes sense to me. So diagrams, stuff like that. So then that's note taking, and I go home. There's an app called Notion. And from there, I can make what I've learned. Then make it concise. And then store it there, and then also I can research as well. Any knowledge as well. And then, and then from there I take that to my flashcards as well. So I have digital flashcards, so I just use that, and then every day you keep going through the flashcards, retain the information longer. So that used to take less time than just reading.
Yeah, more effective.
Yeah. So in year 13, it was more. I'll get to school at 8, and then finish 3 o'clock. Then I'll chill in the common room for a bit. 4 o'clock, then I'll go to study for 2 hours, work, come home, eat, and then work for 2 hours again. But then throughout the year, because I don't know why I couldn't work and study anymore.
Okay.
It's different. I don't know if you could, like, do you get what I'm saying? It was different. It felt different. It didn't feel comfortable. So I went library. But after a while, because everyone's going to the same library.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I had
Yeah.
to move out. I did not go to the same. I went kind of the water.
I used to do that. I started going to like a library in like a different borough because it was like a link. It was like a social club. After a while, I said, "Yeah, I can't do this." So I would have to literally go to like a different borough of library, and that's the only way I could actually get in the zone.
Yeah, let's go Eastern Library. Eastern Library wasn't serious. Like, guys are moving to girls. Like,
It's a common room.
Exactly. So I went to a different spot in Whitechapel for me to revise. So I was doing that throughout exam period. It's like I just get home. I'll get home, eat, then go and then just work till like I just come on like 12. So, and then wake up at 7.
So on average, both of you are studying like maybe 4 or 5 hours a day.
You're doing
at least.
Yeah,
at least.
Exam
kind
periods,
of increased.
Yeah, because we get like 2. We don't get frees. We don't have free periods like that we can just go out.
Yeah.
We have to stay in school. Have to go and study. So in year 3, you have 2 studies a day. So 2 hours of just work and revision there, and then that's 2 hours there. And then I'll do like at least 5 hours.
Do you know what? Even like not having where you can like having study periods where you have to study. Like, it was essential, right?
Yeah, like
if
you watch Netflix, they will catch you.
This is it. So I feel like even the environment of the school will push you to greatness. Like, this is what you're in school to do, and while you're here, you will be committed and doing what it is that you need to do.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and being around people that, because at first when I applied to Brampton, I didn't want to apply to Brampton because I didn't think I would get in, because I thought, it's just the smart people in it. So I got in. It was crazy as well. So then, but I thought everyone's gonna be sneaky. That's what, because like, there's a certain like way I picture people that are smart. I thought everyone's gonna be like that. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to find my people, but everyone's like me. Everyone's like me because everyone's from the same types of areas. So everyone's the same. We just want to be like great in it. So
is it just your GCSEs that you get in there for, or do you do an interview as well?
I think for IU they didn't do interview because I know someone younger that applied again that they had to do interview.
Okay.
For IU, I think because COVID time. So it was just GCSEs.
So when was COVID for you guys? What stage of your education were you at when COVID hit?
Year 10 still.
What was that like?
10, 11,
yeah.
What was that like for you guys?
Took so much time away. So much time away because we're rushing through content, and my school wasn't great anyways. Like, behavior was horrible.
What did the Neeks look like in your school?
Neeks? What do the Neeks look like?
Because some people look at you and call you a Neek, innit?
Not in my environment. Maybe outside my environment. Because
I saw a lot of pictures of Brampton putting up all of the success stories and whatnot, and they looked a bit different, but a couple of them looked interesting. Is that the people that you're talking about are Neeks? Because you're smart, right? And so are you, right?
Yeah.
So the Neek you're talking about don't look like you.
But being smart don't make you a Neek.
That's what he was saying. Like, he thought because people were smart, like he had an image of, an image of what needs to be
people
like.
that are just academics.
Yeah.
That might be a stereotype of perception that people might have. Like I'm saying, that's why you thought like that. But essentially, like, you can't say someone's a Neek because they're smart.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's what I learned. I learned that. But
what did they look like in your school then? That's what I want to know.
Well, he said he thought it was Neeks and he got there and it wasn't.
He said his school wasn't good anyway. So
what's the idea? What's the image of a Neek in your head, young man?
The image of a Neek I have is just someone it's not. I don't have like a picture of the person in my head, but someone that's just academics only, like just anything.
No source to them, no vibe, no personality. Just
that's what I pictured, but it was very different.
All right, okay.
So is Brampton like good at the normal secondary school level as well, or is it just
Yeah, I think it's quite good
throughout.
Because I think before it used to be a horrible school.
Yeah.
So, but the secondary school's alright. I always see like the GCSEs. I see the
Yeah.
Because even people that went to sixth form from the secondary,
there's quite a lot of people that came into sixth form from secondary.
Yeah, they got all 9s as well. So
okay, so it's not okay. So what?
Precisely, because people call me Neek all the time, innit? They got me all the time.
Trying to find your people.
Yeah, I'm saying, is it people like me?
Yes.
People like us, innit?
Sorry,
sweet.
Emmanuel.
No, what was I saying? So what did the people who were in Brampton already, at year 11 or whatever, just kind of go into year 12, or did they have to
Ooh,
do?
did they get kicked out?
No, some of them had to. Depends. They had a grade requirements as well, but
Okay.
theirs were lower than ours.
Oh, okay.
They still had to have like an average grade of like 6.5, which is a B, and the subjects. Because what was our average?
Like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's average
Around
grade.
the
really.
eight for us, yeah.
And but in the subjects you wanted to do, you had to get like 9s. Or
9.
something.
No, I
Yeah.
think ours was 8.1. It was in the 8.
Yeah, something like that.
Average.
Are they doing anything special over there? Because it seems like they're just monopolizing the market. Is it just a recruitment thing? Are they bringing in the best of the best and all the special kids, and then obviously you're just maintaining your special selves anyway? Or are they doing things to cultivate that talent? Like, is there something going on over there?
I feel like everyone who comes into Brampton has already got it in within them to be smart. Like, they have that potential. I feel like Brampton just harnesses it into results, because the environment, like, if you put someone who's really smart in a bad environment, they could go downhill easily. But if you flourish them and harness them in like an environment where there's people like them, they can easily succeed.
So, yeah.
So no matter, like, I had my friendship group, you have your friendship group, but we're all in it to succeed. Like, we're all, like, everyone's like-minded, everyone's going to study. When it's exam period, everyone's in study. It's packed. Like, it's everyone there's. I feel like everyone's in it together as well. Because there's also that sense of struggling, because everyone wants to do so well. The teachers are on you. So I feel like it's just the environment within Brampton that makes it so amazing, because everyone around you wants to succeed. So why shouldn't you? So it's like, if they can get high grades, why can't I?
User will come in with like 8s and 9s, whatever it is, and stay on that level. Could they take someone that's on like 5s and 6s, and by the time they finish with their Brampton experiences, they're on 7s, 8s, 9s?
I genuinely believe they can.
It's because it's a combination of both. Like, yes, everyone's like of a certain level to get into the school, but all the teachers, like, there's Cambridge graduates and Oxford graduates. There's teachers. Then we have a university access team that the head of university has a PhD. So we have like specialists in their field as well to help you as well. So it's a combination of both, really.
It's a black-owned school.
Yeah, the head teacher is black. Yeah.
This is black.
Nigerian. He's Nigerian.
Mr. Dr. Olukoshi.
No, we get to the source of things.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when we effectively, one could say, if this was privately owned, that we're doing stuff by ourselves. Because effectively, if you had your own building, right, you had a black head teacher, those are black students, we could be a school of black people thriving.
Do you know what? That is, just to piggyback off that, because that's actually a good point. Do you think that seeing teachers who are black, who have like backgrounds from where you guys are, does that have an impact, a positive impact on your experiences, do you think? Or even on your motivation to want to do better?
You don't have that many black teachers.
I was just about to ask.
No, there's not a lot. Not a lot of the teachers are black.
Brampton, you're talking about just teachers across the board.
I'm talking about, I think teachers across the board.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Brampton, your head teacher was black. That in itself, I feel like that's motivating enough.
My head teacher was black. That was God knows how many years ago.
Yeah, but
I had a lot of black
I'm talking about in terms of like
primary
teachers.
school.
Nah, black
I'm talking about
teachers,
in terms of teachers.
like, makes a difference, because in secondary school, my English teacher was black.
Yeah.
Because like rest of the people in my class, not serious people at all. But she knew that I was good at English.
Okay.
So she made it difficult for me to join them. Yeah, so I feel like black teachers, and then different black teachers miss my RS teacher as well.
Yeah.
People that then maybe recognized that I was different from other people.
Yeah.
And they didn't let me
They don't let you slide back. Yeah.
So I think it could, but in Brampton, there's a couple black teachers.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was a chem teacher black.
Yeah.
So.
And did you guys have like young teachers? Because obviously when I was in school, there's like a lot of old people. But like my friends are teachers, and I just find it so funny. They're like, I'm just going to I'm like, you're a teacher. So do you feel like even that as well? Do you feel like did you have young teachers? I say young, like the teacher probably listens to his podcast. Type of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like teachers that can relate to you. They know what's cool at the moment. Did you have teachers like that?
Yeah, there was a couple. Like my form teacher was young.
Okay.
I think the head of the year below us.
Yeah, my chem teacher, though he was young.
Yeah, the other year below us, she wears Jordans. Like I see it in Jordan.
You were not Dr. Olukoshi, you wears Jordan.
Yeah.
Does that do something? Because I feel like if I went to school and there was like younger teachers, my favorite teachers were the younger ones. Like my sociology teachers, they weren't like in their 60s or 50s or even 40s or like late 30s. But for me, they were the coolest teachers, and they were the ones that were like most encouraging and like they were my favorite teachers. I remember all their names because they were just that cool. So for you guys, was that like in a way motivating or just nice to have?
I'm not sure because like in my secondary school, there was only one black teacher in the whole school. So I don't know if it's changed now, but there's literally only one. Like everyone knew her because she was the only one. So then coming to Brampton, I had one teacher throughout the whole of my Brampton time that was black as well, who taught me. So I would find it the same. Like I don't think it makes a difference over the and he was older as well. He wasn't like a young teacher. I don't think. I feel like you can still have like a good relationship with your teacher even if they're not young. It just depends on how. Because my teacher, for example, that teacher, he was very on me to succeed because he knew my potential. So I feel like it depends on the teacher more than their age. Than if they're up to date with what you're with. Because he was Ghanaian. So he was a very like on you to learn, succeed. He treated us like we were his own children.
Like African dad.
Basically like that. I know for the humanities students, I think they had younger teachers. So I know like it's seen how they interact, even on results day. Like I can tell that they really like their teacher. So humanities they had younger teachers. So I think
they were very close to their teachers. We can't talk on that, but the humanities students were so close to their teachers. They even came on results day to see them. It's different with STEM though. There's not as much teachers that are all young with STEM. It's mostly older teachers with STEM.
I wanted to ask you, obviously, like you said, you went to a grammar school, and the environment, it was very different to what you're used to, So I'm assuming you're saying there's loads of white people there, and how many black people would you say was there?
When I was there, I would say all the black people could fit into one classroom, make up a class.
Okay.
And to give you context of how big the school is, there was 7 forms in each year group.
What? 7 forms in each year? Wow.
Of like 30. So
and
one class would be, if you took all the black people out, for example, my friend, one of my good friends, she was the only black girl in her class. So that gives you kind of context of the black people, the ratios basically.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, my question is, even because I feel as though a lot of the time, especially like our generation, older, they might think, oh, you know what, I don't really want to send my child to one of these schools, innit? Where there's not many black people there, and maybe the dynamic is some type of way, all types of different things, right? You're obviously from Croydon. You're normal, right? You went to the grammar school, right? Nothing changed you. Like, but what were the struggles like? You know what I'm saying? And did it phase you in any type of way? Did you just feel like it doesn't really matter? Like, even though there might have been maybe some favoritism for white people, I don't know if there was, but if there was, obviously let us know. But like, did those things kind of change how you thought? You know what I'm saying? Did it deter you in any type of way?
I feel like the weirdest thing for me was when I went to secondary school, when I first started, and then people are saying, oh, what area are you coming to school from? And you're saying Croydon, and people are just saying, or they're saying, like you live in a ghetto and whatever. And obviously a lot of people in my school are from Epsom, Cheam, Leatherhead, like nice areas. So it was a bit weird, like why are they looking down on it? I thought this is just where I live. And you're looking down on me. And the biggest thing was when I got in trouble with this teacher. I haven't spoken about this in an essay. I got in trouble with this teacher, this Spanish teacher, because I was just talking in the class. She took me out of the class, made me sit outside. She came up to me and she was like to me, oh, Olivia, like, what, just out of interest, what primary school did you go to? Like, what area is your primary school in? And I said Croydon, Heath. She was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, that just makes sense why you're here. And then when she said that, that's when you think, what? Like, a teacher, because fair enough, students are saying that to me. But a senior leadership teacher is saying this to me. I was thinking, And then I've had incidents in my school with my hair, and then a teacher saying I can't have my hair in a puff because it looks wrong. So I can't have my hair tied up in a puff, in an afro. Like, that doesn't make sense. So it's a lot of like small, like microaggressions, I would say. And like I've had teachers touching my hair. Like it's really weird.
Imagine.
But it's So could you repeat your question? Sorry.
Basically, I wanted you to kind of mention these type of things that happen, but also why it didn't really deter you and make you, you know what I mean, slide, but still make you thrive. You know what I'm saying? Despite all of these type of things happening.
I feel like a lot of people, if they're faced with what I just faced, they will kind of just own it and be like, yeah, and what? And then they just kind of just carry on. But for me, it was a thing where, okay, so you're putting me in this box of I can't do this because I'm from here, or I'm a certain way because I'm from here. So what if I show you that I'm not like that?
Okay.
I don't think my teachers in my secondary school would expect me to be where I am today. And I had to take that decision to leave my secondary school because I feel like if I stayed there for sixth form, I wouldn't be where I am today. Just in terms of taking them steps, because, for example, further maths, I do further maths. I was the one in the 11 saying whoever does further maths is a nerd and me. Like, I was saying don't do further maths. Who does, like, it's a waste of time. I got to Brampton interview now because we had like a 2-minute interview to decide our subjects, and my teacher was like, you should do further maths. I was just like, okay. And look where I've got now. I got A-star in further maths. So I feel like stepping out of your comfort zone and like, proving to people that you're more than just like. For me, it was about proving people wrong. Because one thing I hate is people having this like conception or like misinterpretation of me, and me just saying, yeah, let them have that. No, I'm not gonna let you have that. I'm gonna make what I am myself.
Preach, girl.
So I made what I am myself, basically.
Yeah. Did your mom and dad kind of like put that in you as well?
I feel like, yeah, my dad always told me to just be myself and to be. My mom always told me to just be kind.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm being kind and I'm being myself, I'm not gonna. My dad told me don't change yourself for nothing.
Which one's the Trinidad in?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Which one's the Trinidad in?
My mom.
I knew it.
My mom's Trinidad. My dad's Uganda. But they just told me like, don't change yourself. Why you change yourself to fit in? And the other thing for me was the people around me, like my friendship group. I feel like your friends excel you so much. And the friends I had in Croydon, I had some bad friends in Croydon, and I've left them behind because, again, the reputation you want to put out and where you want to be, it all has an effect on you. So I would say my mom told me just be myself and surround yourself with people that are like you and like-minded you. And one thing my nan said, my nan from Trinidad, she's not here with me now, but she always told me birds of a feather flock together. So if you're around your support group, you're around people like you, you will progress. And I feel like that's what Brampton gives you. You're around people like you. You've got a network of people like you, and everyone's progressing.
And they're not neeks as well, man. They're regular black folk.
Those regular black cool kids, man.
I can relate to what she said as well, like with a feather, because like, say you're 10, I just showed a different group of friends. So used to be like, say after youth Friday, I'll be out in Ilford. Time.
Joining bad gang.
Yeah, exactly. Come home late. So I changed my group of friends in year 11. And it was different. So with Timid as well. So someone that is academic as well. Other people that wanted to get into Brampton, wanted to get into Cambridge. So yeah, with Thomas as well. Thomas went to my secondary as well. So yeah, and it wasn't always like that, because like I said, I moved from Huddersfield.
Yeah,
Huddersfield is like, I was the only like it was similar to experiencing in grammar school. So I can say that what she said about people playing up to that stereotype that that teachers might have of them, I definitely did that, because I used to get into a lot of fights. That's to mess about. Because I remember one time after year 9, they gave us out like books, like exercise books in it. And my mom was like, "Oh, let me go through like what you be doing there." And then I didn't want to show it. And then she just opened it and she just date and title and nothing else, because I was messing about the whole lesson. So I definitely paid up to that, but
that brings back memories, man.
Yeah,
That's about me.
I just grew up from that, really. So yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. I really am.
100%.
I was going to ask a question. Oh, yes, because you mentioned about you change your group of friends also wanted to get into Cambridge. Have you guys always wanted to get into Cambridge? Did you know that?
I didn't even know about Cambridge till like year 11.
Wow.
Really?
I did not know about all these big. I didn't know a lot about unis in general until like year 11, and people were talking about it a lot. And I heard of Brampton, and that's how I got into knowing about Cambridge.
Yeah.
And then, obviously in year 12, I was nervous to apply. But yeah, I didn't know about it from early. I don't know about you.
Nah, I think in year 10, no, but the group of friends I was with, because they wanted to get into good unis,
Yeah.
so that's what we were talking about.
Okay.
So that's when I became more clued up on it.
Yeah.
Really.
Out
That's what I'm trying to do.
of your 5 that you both applied to, which one did you actually have your heart set on?
I had my heart set on Warwick initially.
Okay.
And
So everyone
then
goes Warwick.
I had my heart set on Warwick initially, and then Cambridge. I kind of just, I'm someone who doesn't like to set my mind on something if it's not
just in case.
clear.
Yeah.
Like, I always say this, but I always expect to be disappointed so that I'm not disappointed when the time comes. So I expect to not get in. I expected to not get in. Like me and my friend Thomas.
Believe in your source, girl.
Yeah, you need
Believe in
to.
your source.
We sat in maths, yeah, and every maths lesson we were like, we're not going to get the offer. We're not going to get the offer. Same maths lesson, we got the offer. Like, it's so great. Like, I don't know. I think backwards. So when the time comes, I was so happy because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't like to set myself up to be disappointed. Because if I'm building my hopes up and I get there, then I'm just knocked back down to square one. So that's how I was on results day.
And
I
what
mean,
was
on
your
offer day.
Okay. And what was your uni that you wanted to?
Oh, Cambridge.
Cambridge, okay.
Well, actually, not at first, because I didn't want to apply, because my BMAT score, I was thinking, my UCAT score, I was thinking, I shouldn't apply to these like big unis.
Yeah.
But my dad was arguing, me and dad were arguing about it. My dad was saying, nah.
You know, Nigerians don't cap. They don't cap.
Yeah.
They don't limit themselves. If you don't have the qualifications, they're still applying because you never know.
Yeah, definitely. That's like, it doesn't even matter if you fit the criteria, just apply.
Just apply, yeah.
So
Here we are.
yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Thank God, didn't it?
See what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I'm so proud of you guys, honestly. You guys are amazing. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's going to be
Congrats.
sick. And don't be strangers. You're always welcome back here to
100%.
I'm going to get you guys social media if that's okay.
Yes,
I want to keep up with you guys and just check in and stuff like that. But you're always welcome here to come and gist with us and let us know how your uni journeys are. Like, we're invested now.
100%.
We are invested, all right? We're very, very much invested. So, yeah.
You don't want to read the headlines or?
Okay, the A-star students.
Got the deck here for you if you want.
Thank you for having us, though. It was fun.
No, but thank you for,
thanks for coming,
coming
man.
on. And, like,
Thank you.
yeah, you made it happen because you said on the phone and man of his word.
That's what I'm saying.
Showed up.
And I was saying to him, yeah, can you make, in fact, what was I saying? I was saying to him, look, all your friends, they got all A stars like you, yeah? It's like, yeah. Black, yeah?
Black, yeah.
He's like, yeah, there's bare of us, don't worry. I was like,
That's
"Alright,
amazing.
cool,
You know
that's
what it is for
I'm
your,
saying to you."
your clique to have got A stars? Like, that's
what I'm
such a
saying.
that's such a brag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've got multiple friends I could bring
That's
because they all got A stars.
It's crazy because in my mind I was just thinking, okay, I obviously want us to push the image of black excellence, right?
Absolutely.
But there was just so much of
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm
there's
saying?
no-
It's not a thing where I had to struggle.
Nah, like, you guys are at walking
This
black
is it,
excellence, and you guys have got amazing futures ahead of you. Like,
100%.
yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
And more
Well
people
done.
need to understand and see this. I hope you lot are liking the video and sharing it, man.
I hope
Because
so.
again, like black excellence is not just a dream. This is reality.
This is
This is why I
facts.
think I'm so excited today. Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's not something like, oh, you know, I hope to be this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because we all hope to be
Yeah.
something. But you guys hope to be to get A stars. You know what I'm saying? You lot got it. You lot hope to be in Cambridge. You lot are there.
and you worked hard.
You know what I'm saying? And you worked hard.
Love it.
So yeah, man, I'm
I'm so proud of you guys. Like, my heart is so
for
full.
real, for real.
Thank you.
All right,
Well
so we collected 500 bob for you guys. I don't know what you're going to spend it on. But YouTube takes 30%. And that works out to £150. So TDA are going to be making that particular gap.
Nice.
So you'll still get a 500.
Wow.
Love it.
100%.
Just give them my
Yes.
birthday
Wow.
money.
Thank you so much.
You know, I love that.
No worries.
I love that. That's good. I know. Thank you for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for
I
having
told you guys we're invested. So
Yeah, for real. For
will
real.
you open that hospital one day? Will you have your own finance company, all that great stuff? When
Yeah.
we'll be at the launch.
Yeah, facts.
We'll be there.
Amen,
And we
amen.
really mean it, you know.
No, I'm dead ass.
Alright, for real.
Like, I'm gonna follow you on Instagram. I'm dead ass.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, right. Let's get into our last headlines today.
Let's do it.
I said, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, so our next headlines. Well, the Canadian government, there's some sad news here, trigger warning. Canadian government has warned that LGBTQ plus citizens are at risk when traveling to the US due to numerous discriminatory laws passed at state level. So according to the government's website, it says that some states have enacted laws and policies that may affect to LGBTQI plus persons, check relevant state and local laws. Although no US state or law was singled out, the news comes after a wave of discriminatory laws passed in predominantly Republican-controlled states. They include Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay law and bans against drag performances, gender-affirming care bans, transgender sports participation, and bathroom use in states such as Kentucky, Texas, and Tennessee. In a statement to CNN, the Global Affairs Department of the Canadian government said that since the beginning of 2023, certain states in the US have passed laws banning drag shows and restricting the transgender community from access to gender-affirming care and from participation in sporting events. Canada has provided specific guidelines to its LGBTQ plus citizens traveling abroad, basically just telling them to watch out for certain laws so they can be safe and stuff. Next headline, trigger warning here as well, guys. And this takes us to Israel, where the foreign ministry has said that 6 Israeli citizens have been arrested in Cyprus on suspicion of, trigger warning here again, of raping a British tourist. So a statement said that the Israeli embassy has been informed and that its consul was in contact with local authorities. The UK Foreign Office said it was supporting a British woman in Cyprus. Cypriot media, said a court had ordered the detention of 5 foreigners for 8 days pending investigation of an alleged rape of a tourist in Ayra Star. There was no immediate confirmation from police in Cyprus, but Reuters news agency separately cited a police source as identifying the tourist as a British woman. The woman had filed a complaint with police on Sunday evening, which alleged that she was attacked at a hotel in Ayra Star earlier that day, just according to the sources. The source said that 5 suspects who were later detained in connection with the alleged rape were Israeli men, aged 19 and 20. It was not clear why there was a discrepancy in the number of arrests. Well, a spokesperson for the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office told the BBC that we are supporting a British woman in Cyprus and are in contact with the local authorities. And our last headline takes us to Africa, where apparently only 3 out of the 16 Southern African Development Community, the SADC, heads of states attended Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa's inauguration in Harare on Monday. But that didn't stop the party. Along with the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, those who made a trip to Harare was the Mozambique's president and the Democratic Republic of Congo's president. So other SADC countries sent foreign affairs ministers and envoys stationed in Zimbabwe. It doesn't look very good over there. Well, obviously, people are kind of against what they believe probably is a rigged election. But we'll see how that further develops. But that's pretty much it for the news, and it's time to pay the bills.
Thank you very much. Let's get into the reaction.
All right, welcome to the reaction, people. Our sports segment, Esther's favourite.
So I live for it, man.
Yes, I'm just gonna read through these headlines. That's about it. We're not anyway. So, Al Ittihad make another bid for Liverpool forward before the Saudi Pro League window closes. Al Ittihad want to make another offer for Mo Salah before the Saudi Pro League window closes on Thursday. Senior figures at the club believe it is worth making one more try to sign Salah, but others are advising they should give up until next summer. Any new offer would need to be approved first by the SPL through the interim chief executive Saad Al-Aziz and the director of football Michael Emenalano. Liverpool rejected a verbal offer for Salah worth up to 150 million on Thursday. Liverpool's position has not changed. Salah is not for sale. Who do you support?
United fans still.
All right, then I knew I liked you, you know. You get what I'm saying? They should sell him, man.
You know that extra 3% your dad was saying you should get? Change from Man Utd to Arsenal. That's the 100%.
You were never going to Cambridge if it's going Arsenal. All right, cool. And Tungay Ndombele and Davison Sanchez leave Premier League club for Galatasaray. Tottenham duo Ndombele and Sanchez have both left the club to join Galatasaray. France midfielder Ndombele, 26, joins the Turkish champions on a season-long loan with an option to buy for 12.8 million. Colombia defender Sanchez, 27, has signed a 4-year deal with the option of a further season after Galatasaray agreed an 8.1 million fee for the player. Sanchez arrived at Spurs in 2017 for a reported £42 million, while Ndombele was a £55 million acquisition in 2019. Both were club record signings for Tottenham, but neither have started a Premier League fixture this term under the new boss Ange Postecoglou. They need to slow down, you know, because they're in our group. They're in our group. I don't know why they're doing it. They're buying all these black men trying to get pace and power in the team. Sanchez, Ndombele, Zaha. Who's the other winger they got as well? I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't worry about it. But yeah, they need to just relax.
We should finish second still. We should finish second.
I wanna top it, man. Why not?
Yeah. Big aspirations, innit?
Can't take you nowhere.
Huh?
Can't take you nowhere.
So sometimes you catch yourself talking crazy. All right, here we got a trigger warning. Should we just skip this one? Trigger warning, Brazil dropped Manchester United winger Antony for abuse allegations. Brazil have dropped Manchester United winger Antony following allegations of abuse by his former girlfriend. The Brazil Football Federation said the 23-year-old had been withdrawn from the squad after facts became public that need to be investigated. Brazilian news outlet UOL published allegations made by Antony's ex-partner on Monday. Police in Sao Paulo and Greater Manchester are investigating the claims, which the player has denied. I can calmly state that the accusations are false and that the evidence already produced and the other evidence that will be produced demonstrate that I am innocent of the accusations made, Antony said on social media. I trust that the ongoing police investigations will demonstrate the truth about my innocence. Antony is accused of attacking his former girlfriend, Gabrielle Cavillin, with a headbutt in a Manchester hotel room on the 15th of January, leaving her with a cut head, which needed treatment from a doctor. She also alleges she was punched in the chest, causing damage to the silicone breast implant, which required corrective surgery. Antony added in his statement on Monday that his relationship with his former partner was tumultuous, but insisted he never committed any physical aggression. He also released a statement in June saying he had been falsely accused by his former girlfriend of domestic violence. Greater Manchester Police said it is aware of the allegations made and the inquiries remain ongoing to establish the circumstances surrounding this report. It added we will not be commenting any further at this time. Oh my God, it's just one thing after the other over there, boy. And our last sports headline is Mo Farah finishes 4th in the big half in final London race. Well, he didn't even win. Mo Farah's final race in his home city of London ended with the 4-time Olympic champion finishing 4th in the big half. The 40-year-old stayed in touch with the leading pack for the first half of Sunday's elite men's race, but dropped back after about 30 minutes. Farah, who has 6 world titles to go with his 4 Olympic golds, finished 4th and confirmed he will retire after competing at the Great North Run on the 10th of September. Well, congratulations on your 4th, Gilly. What, I'm picking him up.
Love that.
All right, cool. That's the end of our sports segment. Let's get into Out Ere. Is there anything that we need to look at for this? I'm gonna go where you went to go yesterday. Number 3. Is there any videos or link or anything?
Yeah,
I have.
Yeah, there's a link there.
Because obviously I've been invested in our conversation, so I haven't even read forward to see what I'm getting myself into.
It's not even that big a thing. It's kind of funny, but just ridiculous.
Brent, press number 3. So I think there's a video to play that we can all look at together.
Oh, stop it.
What is this?
I'm just in the caption.
Understand it, you can speed up.
Start this back. What's he saying?
Is because people are not giving the way God told them to give. You see what I'm saying? Wow. I mean, when you understand it, you can speed up the time.
Right. No.
I'm going to have people move according to the word of God. What is God saying to you? And I really believe this. If people would call this number and put this victory all over the world on every available voice, every available outlet, God, the Father, he would say, Jesus, go get him.
Yeah.
Because you see, he wants to see us as much as we want to see him. You see what I'm saying? And so what has hindered all these things is, it's because people are not doing in the financial realm, because we live in an economic world, what God's called them to do. You know, he's called us to do that. So I don't have a problem with giving. I don't have a problem with receiving. It doesn't make any difference. Because I just made up my mind. I want Jesus to come. Now, they said, do you own a jet? Yes. You can have it the day after the rapture. It's yours. Because Jesse is going to heaven.
1 second.
The reason why Jesus hadn't come is because people are not giving the way God told them to give.
He's not broke.
1
And
second.
you're holding Jesus up in heaven.
He's saying Jesus hasn't come back for us yet.
Because people are broke. They're brokies.
Because we ain't donating the money.
Yeah.
Because we ain't paying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't pay for Jesus' flight from heaven. So he can't get down yet. You've got to do a GoFundMe.
Oh, Black Jesus save us,
like,
please.
bro.
This is crazy. You know what it is?
Don't think you won't be seeing that same message in the black churches, you know?
No, you would,
Huh?
definitely.
They'll just remix it differently.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but my
expect it from them now.
relationships with God. So you know
I've
what
been
I'm
up
saying?
with a black pastor.
There you go.
When I saw a white guy, I said,
But what's this guy's name? Jesse something.
I don't even know.
This guy's popular. I've seen this guy. He makes big bread. He's on the TV and all that. He does his thing.
Evangelist,
I was gonna say he sounds like a skit from
Jesse
J. Cole's Born
Duplantis.
Singer
It is Jesse
album.
Duplantis, isn't it? Yeah.
He sounds like a skit on a rapper's album.
So once these men go into like broadcasting and that, because obviously it's a big thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you watch any church TV?
No.
My mum used to have it on like relatives there. Once you're doing all that, do the lines get blurred? Because obviously you've got advertising, you've got relatives there. You want to make money. This is like you get into a business and all that.
Do you know what it's called?
How do you do that? Stay focused, be successful, but still maintain the word and what the Lord actually
you
wants.
can. Some of my favorite pastors do like on TV, but they don't sell their souls.
But they must do the message of like the prosperity message though.
Nah, I don't need to see any prosperity preachers. I don't believe in that because I think it's foolishness. So I definitely can't. I don't buy into it at all.
Do you donate when you go to church?
Yeah, I give offering. Yeah,
Every Sunday?
every Sunday I do online as well. When I get paid, I send money at like my church's bank account.
Oh, so you give a percentage of your wage to the church?
Yeah.
That's like you're supposed to.
But I mean, I don't do that traditionally percentage. I just send.
Is that tithes, isn't it? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Tithes.
tithes.
Oh, you
I
pay
think
tithes
I
as
think
well?
of it as
Nah,
offering.
I'm working it.
It's a loophole.
No, mine's not really tithing. It's more offering. But basically, before COVID, I would always have cash for church. But obviously, during COVID we couldn't go to church, I still wanted to give to church. So that's how I had the bank account. So now I just transfer it. If I say I visit a church, like when I visited a church last week, I had cash on me because I didn't go there. I didn't know the bank details.
Yeah.
I put it in an envelope and I did it that way.
You know what it is? I don't know, man. Obviously, I get it. It's all about the afterlife and stuff, and obviously you need to be one in the spirit and all that. But and not to be caught up with worldly things, but the here and now is important. You get what I'm trying to say? One time I went to the church, shouts out Ruach Ministries. I gone to the church and I
You're
heard
shouting out to church.
I heard the preacher man have the audacity to tell people in the church, your blessings will come, but they're being blocked because you ain't gonna give. He's saying, listen.
You shouted him out.
He's saying, listen.
So that's SPAC
I
nation.
don't care, These are
You guys don't go to SPAC, right?
They'll never go SPAC. Don't do
Good.
that.
No way. Look how intelligent they are.
No
You think?
way.
That's true, actually.
No way.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
I watched this man say, I don't care if this is the last £5
No.
you have to your name. Give it today.
I think that's out of order, man.
Your
That's why I don't
blessings
like
will be
prosperity
received. I
preachers.
slapped my mum. I said, what the hell
What have you brought me into?
What the hell is this? That's bonkers.
That's out of order.
That can't be the message.
It's not the message.
This ain't right.
It's not, and that's what I don't like, because all these prosperity preachers here, they have private jet, they have multiple homes or whatever. They're people in their congregation who don't have, again, they've got a last 5 hour with 3 kids to feed. They don't know where the next meal is going to, they never know how they're going to get home from this church service. And they'll be telling them what God will provide.
That's crazy.
As a pastor, right, it is for you to take care of your people in church. You cannot have multiple homes and there's people in your church that are homeless. Even as a pastor, like, then you sleep in the living room and they have the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? You're meant to care about the well-being of people in church.
My eyes
That's
were open
wild.
that day. So they was doing the was it not communion? Was it
Offering.
called offering? They're doing the offering. They come around, and every time they do offering, and people give me the box, take that. I just move it on like it's a hot potato. Like, give me. I ain't got none of that. I was sitting on like I was in the first row. So they're walking down. They've come to me.
That's bait.
Yeah, it's bait, innit? So I couldn't even do nothing, They're like,
feel
I said, I lied anyway. I was like, I ain't got no
You
cash.
lied in church.
Yeah, of course I did.
To be fair, God wasn't there.
I was like, I ain't got no cash on me. They give me some envelope thing. I'm saying, no, I ain't got no cash. He said, that's all right. Turn the envelope round. I turned the envelope round. Lo and behold, they didn't put my details in it. I said, you're trying to defraud me.
Direct debit.
Direct debit. I said, nah.
You know, there's some churches that actually have a chip and pin device.
Yeah.
PDQ machine.
I promise you.
Yeah.
So if you do the whole, they're like, oh, sorry, if you got your card, they take contact, they take Apple Pay.
That would vex me. I'm not gonna lie. If I walked into the church and someone pulled out a PDQ machine to go, I'd be angry. I'd be enraged instantly.
Do you know? I feel like as well. I feel like that must be pressure. Because imagine you put £5 and looking at it like,
Because it's your card.
All that the Lord has done for you, £5. I just heard your kids went to Cambridge. £5. I think it's out of order, man.
Crazy.
It's an industry.
Yeah, 100%. It's business.
People actually, some people quit their jobs and I'm gonna go and be a pastor.
100%. Of course.
What do you mean?
Like you can make big bread.
That's what they do.
Stupid, man.
No, it's big bread.
I remember seeing Ashimoloye at KSCC.
Oh, yeah.
Even Chrissy just mentioned
Those are oversized coats.
Remember him saying, line up here if you want the £1,000 blessing. The £10,000 blessing. Line up here. What are we doing here?
What are we
The
doing?
£10,000 blessing. I want to know what that blessing must have been good though.
£15,000.
How do you do that? And people come
And
up.
people do.
I mean, I don't know how
And that's
hard
what I
they
don't
are.
like. The defraud people, man. I don't like it, man. I would never rate it.
I don't know how hard they are to build, but if you can go get a church, it's a lucrative business. You'd be surprised. It's like charities. If you can get a charity, start a charity, a good one. Oh my God, you can
But
rent.
that's the thing, because church is kind of seen like a charity. I think there's like tax stuff as well. Yeah, it is technically a charity. That's why they get in the business.
Business plan, man. Look, you got to look into it, man. There's.
Don't you dare.
We don't need more of that still.
Bro.
We don't need more of that.
It's true, man. There's enough.
When you get to the pearly gates, you're gonna have a strong word.
Look at all this money I made for us.
God is thinking, I do not know you, my friend. Back of the line.
Terrible.
No, it's actually horrible because there's so many people that like are actually seeking God and they don't know anything about God. They want to know God, and this person who's meant to know God, like if they're telling them this is how you get to know God, they believe in it. They're gullible.
Yeah.
They're gullible. Read your Bible. Obviously, God will reveal Himself to you, but that's another conversation for another day.
Well,
Yeah, man.
so here, man, my damn first, man. It is a damn shame, man. Preachers, not all of them, but you money grabbing whores.
I'm gonna go hose.
Done at it, man.
A lot of ya.
The whole lot of y'all. Let's get into our outro.
Let's do it. It's been one of my favorite episodes.
Same.
Like it actually has been. I've honestly, since you called, I will remember like randomly, and I'm like, that is such black excellence.
Yeah.
I just love black kids doing well. Like I just love like young black people doing amazing things. So congratulations again, guys.
Thank you.
Looking forward to you guys coming back and letting us know what first year was like or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Don't be strangers for real. Do you guys want to give your social media? You don't have to if you don't want to.
What socials?
Yeah, any of them if you want to.
My Instagram's my name, Olivia Makoha. Yeah.
I just spell Makoha.
Makoha.
Okay.
Nice.
Show some love, people.
Show some love. And thank you to everyone as well that super chatted them and praise them for the black excellence. We do not take that for granted. So big up you guys as well. Everyone that's liked the video, everyone that's tuning in, we appreciate you. Make sure you share this video. If you've always ignored me about sharing videos, I feel like this is a video to share. All right. And I hope we're going to be picking up some tips on how we're raising our nieces, nephews, and kids.
Yeah, for real. 100%.
Put them in cadets and karate and gymnastics, all these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them in a discipline route. Follow us on our social media platforms as well. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you want to send your dilemmas in, the number is 075-6484-1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or you'd like to feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com.
Can I just say something?
Of course you can.
I just want to say to the people, without sounding like a broken record or whatever, we can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in every area of life where we complain, like this next generation, they're excelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Finance, medicine, it's going to take us doing it. It's not going to take policies alone from politicians that you say on regular days don't care about you. It's not going to take none of that. It's going to take us making those decisions, raising our kids correctly, putting them into certain environments that's going to benefit them, learning from our mistakes that we lived, and just making sure we don't transfer that nonsense to them, raising them up and changing the world. Our world first, and then the world. You know
I
what
want
I'm
the
saying?
younger generation to be nepotism babies so bad.
This is it, man.
I'm living for it. Like I just want things to go easier for them. Of course you got to work hard, of course, but I just want things to go easier for them than it has the previous generations.
Facts.
But yeah. Well done, guys.
And it will do, thanks to people
Thank
like you,
you.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for
will.
coming
And all
again,
your
man.
great
for real.
friends as well.
Yes, exactly.
So lit.
Exactly. There were loads more, like you said, innit? There's loads more black people that was thriving as well.
Yeah.
If we had space, there would be more people
There'll
here.
be more people here.
Yeah.
Thomas from Hamilton.
Thomas, who else? What? Nana is what you said?
Nana,
yeah, Nana.
Kazema, Cornelius.
Big up all of them. Big up all of them.
His name
You know what I'm
is
saying?
Cornelius. So
I'm saying.
I love that. Well done. But guys, we'll see you tomorrow. What day is it today? Tuesday?
Yes.
Only Tuesday?
Yeah, man.
Oh. See you tomorrow, innit?
Is
Bye.
there a guest tomorrow?
Huh?
Is there a guest tomorrow?
No. On Thursday we got a guest, guys. So
Nice.
look forward to that, man. That's gonna be someone who's a teacher. Oh, sorry. I did want to ask. Did you guys have a tutor?
When I was younger.
Okay.
I was younger, like year 6 to like year 8.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't have a tutor, but I feel like I utilised my teachers to the extent where you could say they were my tutors.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't really need a tutor.
You put the work in and use what you got.
Love it. Black excellence, man. I'm so proud. Man. I'm honestly so happy today.
Yeah,
yeah, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Like the video. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you.